just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball white guys with a face for radio.
Let's make another excuse for this jackwad.
That's right.
Presented by First Security Bank. By Kirk Realtors, the Griffin Company. Pasco Air, Plumbing and Electric. Flight by Yingling and Fayetteville Auto Park. And now, Chuck and Bo.
You think anybody's awake over at Camp Bud?
Well, I just got up. I mean, I stumbled in here a little late. I spent the night outside of Bud Walton Arena last night.
Did you really?
Yeah.
How was it?
Well, it reminded me of why I appreciate my bed so much. And I'm just happy for all those kids. They're having a great time. I was thinking, like, how do you do this? They're having Camp Bud. I don't know how many kids are out there. I did not stay, by the way. Thought about it later. Bart, we're going to send you out there for the next one.
You're going to be embedded, literally.
Literally embedded.
Literally. Sleeping bag, whole
We're
deal.
going to get you to we need to turn Bart's mic on to see how he feels about it.
Yeah, I don't love the idea. Gonna be honest.
What if we get
I
a
think
tie?
I think I would have loved the idea, a decade ago.
See, that's kind of the way
That's
I
the way
am.
it. Look,
It would have been fun till about 9:30.
But this is the
you know?
student
Yeah,
experience.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so we don't think about this enough. Like, if you're a student at the University of
That'd be
Arkansas,
great.
and you are an incoming freshman, you have no idea how lucky you are that they hired John Calipari. You're going to have moments that you otherwise would never experience in your college, like unbeknownst to you, has nothing to do with you. You had zero to do with it. And so many kids have gone through college and just experienced like not great moments as a student fan. And if you like sports, and even if you don't, and you're a student at Arkansas right now, and they just hired John Calipari, they're camping out for an exhibition game. And you say, well, they're playing Kansas. The reason they're playing Kansas is because of John Calipari. Like, you just don't have events like this.
Over the years, we've had great moments in basketball. We've had big games in basketball. More, frankly, in basketball than we've had in football. And I think it's just part of the overall student experience. I mean, look, and I'll just talk about the Arkansas kids. They've grown up following the Razorbacks. This has happened before. It doesn't happen often, but it's happened before. They've seen it. They've heard about it. They want to be part of it. I mean, for half of them, it's not quite like the old days. You actually got to have, really good grades to get in now. But
I don't know. I wouldn't
that's
get carried away.
That's why a lot of them. That's why a lot of them are here. This is part of it. I think it's great. And I don't know if any of them are up this morning.
They will
but
still
I think
take.
it's great.
They will still take your money.
Well,
you don't have. To
I don't
have
think
great
they'd take
grades.
my transcript.
Well,
I'm not worried about my money. I'm worried about the transcript.
What were you
That's
under,
what I'm
like,
worried about.
2? What'd you get on your ACT, Chuck?
Oh, I'm not getting into that.
Well, higher.
What I will tell you is when I took my ACT test, there was not the emphasis that it is today. We barely even knew what it was.
At home or in the classroom?
No, anywhere. And anyone from my generation knows that.
I can't talk to anybody about school.
The truth is,
and have zero academic footing.
Hey, look, it was this way, I would imagine, at a lot of schools. But when I came to the U of A, I mean, literally, if your check cleared, you were in. That was the standard. That was the admittance
There's still
standards.
some of that.
Well, there may be, but, for average kids like I was, it was, you either had to, clear your check or have a transcript. I didn't have the transcript. It wasn't very good.
It'll also get you on like a travel baseball team at 10.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
It will.
If the check clears, a lot of things can happen. By the way, exciting time for all the students down there. Cal and all them, the players took them pizza, and Bill Self and Cal had some nonprofit event last night at Herman's. Leaked out on social media by Herman's. But I was like, man, look at the environment around here. You would have no idea the football team's playing on the road. There's an environment happening on campus. It's like, okay, football's going to Starkville. We're going to have a party while they're gone. It's going to be a basketball game between two of the premier teams in the country in preseason #1 ranked Kansas. And don't come at me with, well, Purdue came in here. This is a completely different deal. When Bill Self and John Calipari walk into a room together in Fayetteville for an exhibition game, We haven't even started basketball season yet. This is just a different time. And when you look at the Hogs' schedule and you see the games they're playing in, on Thanksgiving and in Kansas City and going to Madison Square Garden, I mean, Kenny Payne has said it. This is the kind of attention that having a coach like John Calipari brings to your program. One more thought on this. It used to be when game day came to your campus, and it's still probably this way, Chuck, that the conversation is how much it means to your program. Like the marketing dollars that you can't really put a number on from college game day being on your campus. You basically hired the equivalent of that.
Yes, all that's true. And it is, I mean, they brought their top production crew in, from what I understand.
From ESPN?
From ESPN to not just call the game, but, work the game, all the production aspects to it. I'll tell you what I think about, though. We're in Fayetteville. We focus on the activity. We focus on what happened in Herman's last night. We focus on Camp Bud. I think about the guy sitting down around Hot Springs right now. He's going to watch the basketball team play at 8 o'clock tonight. It's going to be over about 10:15. He's going to break it down till about 11:30, 11:45. Then he's going to go to bed. And then he's going to get up. And there's an early football game tomorrow. So he's going to be in Razorback mode right away. What this weekend is, I'm not talking about people in Fayetteville. I'm talking about people all over Arkansas. This is a TV weekend. This is the basketball team tonight on the SEC network, and it's the football team tomorrow on whatever network they're playing on. And it's around the state. It is a Razorback weekend, even though they may not, be there in person. For either event, they're going to be watching them both.
Don't sell yourself short. They're going to be gathered around radios.
They're going to be gathered around the radio.
By the way,
kids.
Chuck's going to call the game, and then he's flying luxury air to Starkville, which has never been said before. I'm quite certain nobody's turned that phrase. Chuck's flying luxury air to Starkville.
Yeah,
in the morning.
I don't know how luxury it is.
Well, I mean, it's a private
all
plane.
I know is they
It's
are
a
very
jet.
nice, and the chance to be there tonight and tomorrow is that's pretty cool.
You're not on the King Air, right? You're on the jet.
I really don't know. I know that we're.
Wait a second.
I
It's
don't
not in
know.
your contract?
No, I
That's
don't.
not stuff like that's not in your contract.
Believe me, I was not. I was not the first person they thought of when they said, "Hey, let's take the plane to Starkville." Chuck's going to need a ride.
I want to know who got kicked off the flight.
I don't know.
When they realized Chuck didn't have a ride to the game tomorrow. Somebody's got to call the football game.
Well, Z's going too. Z's going to do the basketball game with me tonight, and then Z's our spotter in football, does some pregame stuff too. So we'll go down there in the morning.
I want to hear more about this. Maybe nobody else cares. That's fine. We're on the air and we're talking. That's what we do. We have conversations. What's Z like as a spotter? Does he freak out? Like, he's high energy. He makes coffee nervous. Like, Z makes caffeine nervous. He scares caffeine. So when he's pointing out who made the tackle, is it sort of a frantic point at the board, or is it very calm and, or does he have like a towel in between his teeth?
Well,
depending on how the game is going.
In fairness, he's not the only high-strung person in there.
Well, there's no question about that.
That title might go to me if the truth were told. But no, he does a great job. He does a great job.
My shoulders would be up to my ears if I was like calling the game in a big moment, and just be like tensed up.
He's really good. I mean, he's really, really good. He, there's a trust factor there. I mean, there really is. He has developed it, and I mean, I'm not going to get totally technical about it, but he's actually very good.
He's a Swiss Army knife.
Well, he is.
He can do all things.
He can.
Maybe we got to get him in here. Have you noticed what's happening in here?
What's that?
The studio's falling apart. Well, I
don't know. The cameras are right on top of us. It's like they're just creeping up every day.
They moved the cameras. Why did you move the cameras? Like, you had all these marks on the floor for weeks. There was tape on the floor with beautiful Sharpie calligraphy on the tape. And
see, I was told the cameras would be in the back of the room. If you'll remember, when you and I first started talking about that, I said cameras in the back of the room.
I lied
wide
to you
shot.
to get you to be okay with
Wide shot. And now
I lied.
everything's changed.
I'm not gonna.
Everything's different.
I didn't really consider it a lie because I knew eventually I would come clean and confess. I lied.
Yeah, well.
And I mean, you're okay with it now. See, sometimes you
I
just
lied
it's
to
not
you a
big
little
deal.
bit too, so you know,
really?
here we are.
Tell me more.
No,
Tell me more.
I told you I could still do this.
But they got the cameras right up in our grill, like we're getting a mug shot.
Here.
And maybe that's what it is. Maybe I don't know what is the purpose of the camera being. I know why it's close to you, Bart, because you want to be high def, you know.
Wow. Bart like fall in love with that camera.
The camera's in love with him.
One day.
No.
What happened here?
Well, we did.
It looked good yesterday.
Well, it did, but we wanted to just kind of, you're always striving to make little improvements, and by moving the cameras closer, we don't have to zoom in at all, and so it increases the quality of the shot.
Improvement, you mean more of you?
No, not at all. More of you guys.
Here's what I hear, Chuck. Like, and this is a very important point. Kids, listen. I know you're on your way into school, not even up yet. But listen to me. There's a fine difference, the big difference. But it's a fine line between improving and tinkering. Offensive coordinators tend to tinker and get themselves in trouble.
That's true.
They think they're improving, they're tinkering with something that already works. Are you tinkering or are you improving?
We are improving the quality of the video stream.
So the camera has to be closer to improve quality. Those are 4K cameras.
Yeah, but they're not zoomed in. Previously, they were zoomed in a little bit. Now they're not zoomed in at all.
Here's a question the Arkansas media might ask. How did you not know that before?
Well, we did, and we thought it was going to look fine, or I thought it was going to look fine. I don't want to say we. I thought it was going to look fine.
Take the heat.
And it didn't. It didn't look as good as it could. And so now it looks as good as it can, and as good as you guys can, I guess.
I feel like I didn't know we were going to have done with Chuck. I mean, he thought I was going to be in the back of the room. I just didn't think it was going to be 2 feet from my face. I didn't put any makeup on this morning.
Well,
Look at me. Jeez.
I didn't know that was part of the
That's-
deal. I didn't know we were doing an old-time radio show. with weather and news and traffic and things like
well,
that.
Chuck, it's 65 degrees in Fayetteville.
I didn't know it was going to be like
14 past the hour.
Cameras and
2025. The 2025, Chuck. That's
clue.
it's coming in 25. But I was
Somebody
about to
give us a
say,
traffic update.
the studio is falling apart. Like the curtain came down. There's a curtain over a window. That looks like we talked about the video not looking like a hostage video. Chuck, that looks like we're being held captive over there on the window. And the curtain's gone. And then look at that.
actually
What is
looks
that thing
fine.
on the light that fell off and is hanging on?
It didn't fall off. I
Looks like
took
an
it
abandoned
off
building.
to give your shot a little more light because it needed it because your shot was a little darker than Chuck's. So
Sounds like you're on
it didn't fall off. I took it off.
Sounds like on top of it. Gentle Ben's up, man. He's been getting up at 3 a.m. I wonder if he camped out last night. We got to take a break. By the way, if you are camping out, listening to the show, which I don't know what else you'd be doing. Sleeping. 877-377-6963. My personal goal today is to just get one call from Camp Bud. If not, by 8 o'clock, we're going to send Bart down there.
Somebody please call.
Well, that's up to you. So this is your battle.
Oh, you would
now.
get a hero's welcome down there. Bart.
Yeah, you go get some cronuts over there for across the way.
Yeah, take
Get some
him
buttered
breakfast.
biscuit or something.
It'd
Just
be like Cal. It'd be like Cal.
for real.
walking in.
Be a. Oh man, you could be.
I don't think
you
so,
could
Chuck.
be a campus hero.
My days of being a campus
It would be
hero
like
have long
old
since
school.
passed.
It would be like old school, you know, when
Yeah,
Will Ferrell
that's
went
what
back
I'm
to
afraid-
campus.
That's what I'm afraid
Yeah.
of.
877-377-6963. Big weekend on the Hill. Big weekend of high school football. We got a good college game tonight. Got some news to tell you about. But Arkansas and Kansas tonight at 8 o'clock at Bud Walton. Arkansas and Mississippi State in Starkville tomorrow at 11:45. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
When they do that, they can hear our off-air conversations, and I always want to know whether or not anybody can hear us.
We know how you are off
I
air.
know.
It's something to
I'm
be
aware
of
of that.
Yeah, it's something to be aware of.
I know.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit GoPaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
A great pair. Really honored that you guys are doing this, listening over here in Jonesboro.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Hey, we're back at Harry Robinson's Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off of I-40 in Salisaw. Troy, you mentioned a minute ago, you got 60 brand new Fords on the lot. That's the biggest selection you've had probably since COVID.
Yes, definitely. I'm excited just to look out the window, look out the front door, and see the new inventory. Starts over here on the left, and it ends at the end of the lot. So come down here and see us if you're looking for a steal of a deal on a new vehicle. These cars got to get out of here. These trucks got to go. We got to move the metal. We got to make room for the 25s that are coming in. So I'm telling you, come and see us. We want to make sure that you get the best deal possible on a new Ford, and we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that happens.
Plus, you got great rebates right now on the Ford F-150.
Yes, definitely. And like I said a second ago, we want to go to work for you and make sure that you're getting all of the money that you qualify for, so that way we can save you that money, lower that payment, and hey, all in all, let's get you in a new Ford.
Harry Robinson Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off of I-40 in Salisaw.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Come on, leave me with this. The Beachy Boy, fight for your right.
You gotta fight.
You gotta fight.
There it is.
For your right.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Did you know Picasso's first name was Pablo?
I did know that.
You did?
I did.
That's impressive.
Well, sports and so much more.
Sometimes I underestimate
Art.
Clarksville and the education there. Well, and I apologize for
It's been a long time since I've
way-
been in a classroom. This is just life knowledge that you pick up along the way.
R.I.P. to Pablo
Yeah.
Picasso. He only goes by as people refer to. I'm going to just start referring to him as Pablo. It's a Pablo
I'm
painting.
sure his family and friends did, even back in the day. I doubt they just called him Picasso.
No, that's what the rest of the world did.
Yes, exactly.
But now I think we should sort of make a move and call him Pablo.
Yeah.
By the way, it's a happy birthday to Katy Perry, too. How old do you think Katy Perry is? Just in the vehicle or at home while you're getting ready, wherever you are this morning, how old do you think Katy Perry is? What'd you say, Edward? Edward doesn't have a microphone yet. I've been working on this for weeks. We need Edward. Silent Edward.
He says 41.
He said 41. What do you
close.
think? What do you think, Chuck?
38.
It's right in front of you.
Let me guess, as it says 40 on the page. Oh, I don't know. Let's make it sound legit. 38, 39. What do you think?
He did. He's so for the show. He guessed wrong on purpose.
I don't know. Let me focus on being right and tell you that Katy Perry's 40 today, but it's also National Greasy Foods Day and National Breadstick Day. These sheets are so valuable.
Well, I mean, it is Carb Day.
It is
National Bread Day. What do you want me to do?
Breadstick Day. That's awesome.
What do you mean? That's unhealthy is the day it is.
Let's go eat breadsticks for lunch. What do you say?
Gentle Ben, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, enjoying y'all as always. Just thought I'd mention that I played football back when I was in the 8th and 9th grade, and we had guys that could really block real good, and we played that wing T, run the ball, run the clock out, and pass the ball three. If we got wild, we'd pass the ball 3 times.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is it was fun to always play in front of the home crowd and all like that. But just this morning, I was just thinking about how much fun it was to go to somebody else's place, and we got to do that a lot. And I played in a junior high team that had a lot of rich kids in it, so we kind of got a lot of the blessings of that, you know. And I'm just saying that it was always fun to go to another people's house, you know, to play football. And I'd be scared because usually we had a big football team, but they were just bigger than ours usually, and it seemed like, and that kind of thing. And I'd be kind of scared, and I was a running back, tailback, and did real good, you know, running touchdowns and all like that. But I can remember, anyway, the main thing I can remember is it was so much fun. Everybody's band was really good, even in junior high back in the old days, in the middle 60s there. And they'd be playing loud, and everybody'd be going crazy, you know, at the other people's place and everything. But anyway, then we would end up scoring a touchdown or 2 or 3 in the first quarter, and everything would get just deadly quiet. I mean, the band would even quit playing. You know, anyway, that was kind of the thought that I really had on my mind with how much fun it was to go to other people's place and shut their mouths or get them quiet, you know. And anyway, so that was just a whole lot of fun.
Listen, kids, parents, here's what just happened.
Thank you, Ben.
This is what happens when you play high school sports. Everyone should experience it that can. Gentle Ben, 50 years later, 60 years later, whatever it is fondly remembering.
He just remembered the best time of his life.
That's what I'm
shared
saying.
it with us.
That's awesome.
That's what happened.
And that's why you play.
I think that's all right.
That's why. No, it's why you play, though. You know, that's a It's we all get caught up in the wins and losses and all that. Gentle Ben has remembered that his entire life.
I know.
And that's what tonight is for so many kids, so many families, so many parents. You got to keep it in perspective. But the memories are real. They literally are priceless.
He is right about one thing. There is nothing like winning on somebody else's field. It's fun to win in front of your home fans, fun to rush the field, fun to have all those great moments. But winning somewhere else and celebrating on somebody else's turf, that's pretty good.
I don't care to mess around and find out. But if Mississippi State wins tomorrow, do they rush the field?
No. There wouldn't be enough people.
They've lost 6 straight games.
Well, I don't know. As I say
it's really not about who you beat anymore. It's about the excitement of the fan base and celebrating.
I wouldn't think
that's
so.
What
but
happens with field storming. By the way, did you see what Vanderbilt did?
Yes, that's awesome.
Is it awesome? Is it awesome or terrible?
It's awesome.
They put netting up. Like, you get it at the baseball stadium
front of the
to protect
Texas
you from
section.
foul balls. They put it in front of the Texas section.
That's so fun.
The visiting section.
This is where the caged people sit. You know, we're going to cage them up over here.
They're the ones that are going to be rushing the field.
Yeah, well, they're the ones. It's like they're going to start throwing bottles in the first quarter, and so
is that what it's about?
Yes,
it's an amazing troll job. Really,
yes, it's one of the best troll jobs I've ever seen. And,
so it's not about rushing the field.
No, it's about the bottles.
Because they said they're probably going to leave it up for the Tennessee
I just
game
had
later.
this vision of the Blues Brothers, back in the day, playing on stage with a chicken wire
That's
in
awesome.
front of them and the bottles and
That's
all that.
awesome.
Yeah, it's a great troll job. I give him
that's
total
as good
credit.
as it gets.
It really is. It really is.
How can it be better than that? JR in Shady Grove, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Hi, guys. How y'all doing?
Hey, JR.
At this juncture of the season, it's going to really be important for them to be able to keep their heads, where they need to be going into Saturday. I really think that, if we can pull this one out here, I think maybe they can get a little bit of their gusto back, going in. I hope that it turns out better than it did last year when they decided to just let go of the rope, going into the last part of the season. But I think that the offense should give enough spark, to help motivate everybody to kind of keep things going. I mean, the season is not over with, so they just need to. I hope Coach Pittman is able to motivate, keep everybody, focused on trying to finish out, the rest of the year like they need to.
All right, JR, thank you. But I got to mention something on this. You could tell by the tone of JR's voice, and I know he's not the only one that, he's expecting something bad to happen. I mean, you could hear in the tone of it, I hope he can motivate him, keep him from letting go of the rope. I don't think this team's anywhere close to letting go of the rope. I think what's happened this year is that more so than just about any season I can remember, we are determining our opinion of the entire program by what happened the preceding Saturday. And we are living and dying with every game, and we do every year. But you think about how it was after the Tennessee game, top of the world. Think about how it was after the LSU game. Couldn't have been any worse. And we've just kind of gone on this roller coaster. We've done it for a while, but it just seems to be hitting a crescendo this year. But I don't think they're anywhere close to that point. Last year, in my mind, the low water mark was playing Mississippi State. Now, I know not all those guys that played in that game are still here, but I would imagine for those who are, it's going to mean something.
Not entirely, but I believe that we're about to find out tomorrow where they are in terms of excitement, energy, motivation. Doesn't mean if they go play poorly that they weren't motivated this week. But I think what you're going to see is an inspired football team tomorrow, not one that feels like fans did leaving the game last Saturday. And if they do, they should win by 10. Hey. But Mississippi State's they're trouble. They give you trouble offensively. Defensively, they have not been good.
A lot of people are picking this as an upset. I've seen a lot of the national guys picking Mississippi State.
It's that kind of game.
I know
Clay Henry's ready. I could always tell he's ready like 3 minutes ago.
Yeah,
because he gets on and we hear it in our headset. And
I wondered
his
what
mic's
that was.
activated.
I wondered what
and
that
there's
was.
this shuffling around as he's probably got the portable broadcasting unit in bed. And that's what we're here. Like, he probably isn't fully up. He's just sort of like, I'll put the headset on and I'll go. I'll go, even if I don't want to get up. 6:32, Clay Henry joins us next.
You never know what just happened to him that day. He could have accidentally dialed up an ED hotline while trying to call one of his hookers.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes
Here,
to finding
boys.
the perfect diamond, there's one name that stands above the rest in Northwest Arkansas. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. As the region's premier experts for diamonds, Blakeman's offers an unparalleled selection of brilliant stones, handpicked for their quality and beauty. They don't just help you find the perfect stone, they educate you on every step of the way. Whether you're planning a proposal, celebrating an anniversary, or simply treating yourself, Blakeman's is where your search ends and your story begins. Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
And Hog Noxious, our listeners just don't let us down. He said, Chuck, explain it to them. Smash or trash by saying swipe right or left.
Do you need free legal advice? Listen to Coffee with Counsel with Kevin Hickey and Brad Hull on the Hit That Line podcast network.
Kevin, I don't think you've had a chance to read the police report yet, so I'll quiz you. What do you think? What would be your guess of the charge that led to Scotty Scheffler getting arrested under those facts?
Well, assault would probably have to be one of them.
That's right. Assault second degree.
For more information, go to hickeyandhull.com.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
What makes Crabtree RV Center different? First, we are a 4th-generation family-owned business, taking pride in making your family's dreams come true. No corporate mentality here. Second, we've been in business for 74 years, founded in 1950 here in the River Valley, Northwest Arkansas area. We are not going anywhere. What does that mean for our customers? A family feel with no corporate hidden fees. The reassurance that we will be here for generations to come, and knowledgeable salespeople who want to pick the right RV for your family to make lifetime memories in. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Looking to protect yourself and your family this flu season? Law's Drug Store at 6802 Rogers Avenue offers the latest vaccines for adults and seniors in both COVID-19 and the flu. Law's Drug Store has friendly pharmacists ready to assist you with no appointment necessary. Call 452-6116. It's quick, it's easy, and in most cases, free with your insurance. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Open 6 days a week to care for you and your family.
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with fries, a drink, and 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Choose any 2 plus fries and a drink, all only $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Looking to boost your health and feel your best? Elite Wellness and Aesthetics in Fort Smith is here to help. Starting at only $200 a month, semaglutide and tirzepatide are weight loss shots that can kickstart your journey to a healthier, more confident you. And with Elite's hormone therapy treatments, you can restore balance, energy, and vitality. Take control of your health today with Elite Wellness and Aesthetics. 479-242-9355 to schedule your appointment or visit fortsmithelite.com. Elite Wellness and Aesthetics, getting to know you inside and out.
Hey, Ty Richardson for A Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. They service commercial and residential lawns for weed management and fertilization for a lush, healthy lawn. Need bush hogging? They do that too. A Cut Above also offers tree and limb removal. Don't forget hauling and dumpster rental as well. More than just a mowing service, they're A Cut Above. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. Lawn, landscaping, power washing, stump grinding, leaf removal, mulching, flea tick, and mosquito control. 719-5605.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I got up this morning early watching the sunrise. I got it run through my veins right now. You know what I cranked up? I cranked up a song, Whatever It Takes by Image Dragon. And the song, you know what? It symbolizes grit and determination. And I want to send that song to our team and players. Because you better find your grit and determination. You can win this game as Jordan Harris. Win it for your coach. Win it for our fan base. And more importantly, win it for yourself. Break me down and build me up.
You fired up? Let's get you right here. This,
yeah. Image.
Bart was putting his hands up.
He was.
Stop, you're false starting.
He was.
We still don't have it down. We get faked out. We got to practice more.
Well, there's stuff going on in the room. It's kind of like playing on the road. There's stuff going on in the room. You got to be able to block it all out and focus on the snap count.
It'll be that way on Saturday.
It will be.
Cowbells will be out. Illegal cowbells will be out. They'll be getting away with it the whole game. Just go into the game knowing that you're getting hosed. Clay Henry's joining us. Hall of Famer, friend of the show, back from the wilderness. A hike through the wilderness. You made it. You survived.
No, it wasn't wilderness. I stayed in a beautiful home on a golf course in western Loveland. I mean, we had it good. I mean, we had I watched the Razorback game in a huge theater room with 3 70-inch TVs set in a semicircle.
Wow.
Around a sectional that probably would have maybe 10 or 12 people, but there were only 5 of us. And we had 3 games going at once. We had Arkansas, and then we had Texas and Georgia on the TV next to it. The sound was from the Arkansas game. And then 8-year-old Wyatt kind of drifted off on one of the TVs. He got his PlayStation set up, was playing NCAA football. So,
are you awake?
Yeah, I'm awake.
Are you up? You good?
I just haven't talked much yet. Yeah, I've been up for an hour and a half.
You don't do the do, re, mi, like before you go on the air? Chuck and I do that in here.
You don't gargle.
Do, re, mi, fa, la.
You don't gargle.
In case you didn't know, I'm not
Sandy sells seashells down by the seashore.
I'm a little worried this morning.
Why?
So I heard, that, was it Imagine Dragon that
Image Dragons to Eddie.
Image Dragon.
But Imagine Dragons to everyone else.
Yeah. So, but Bart started sending me songs that I'm going to have to say. And I think more appropriately than that Dragon stuff would be Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah, so Edward, we're going to have Clay read some rap lyrics. Here's the song that we're going to have him.
You cue me, okay?
That doesn't sound right. I don't know.
We got too much thumping, man. Too much thumping.
We got some static and some
too much bass.
Weird audio. Listen, everything's wrong in here today. Everything's just off.
Well, it started with the cameras.
It started with the cameras moving closer. It started earlier in the week with the curtain falling off.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing with cameras? I mean, that's what I don't get.
Well, Clay,
you got a face for radio.
That's true. That's true. In today's multi-channel world, Clay, you want to leave no stone unturned. You don't want to go to any faucet in the house and there be no water, even though you've got water in every other area of the house. You don't want to turn one on and the spigot's just dry. So we've got to deliver on all levels and all facets.
Well, Clay's like me. Clay's like me. I walked in here like, what are these cameras doing in here? What are all these cameras and lights doing in here?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like. I mean,
we live in a visual age, no matter
even
how
Z
ugly it
and
may
Quinn
be.
are like, no cameras, man. No cameras, right?
Well,
they're on camera every day on the daily.
I know, but they shouldn't be.
Well, Quinn went out and bought all new clothes and everything. He looks like $1 million dang dollars.
Got a new wardrobe.
Yeah, he looks like GQ.
I got some advice for him. He's gonna decide he likes to eat again. Save those old clothes. Don't throw them out.
That is such an old man comment.
I've been there.
There's a lot of truth in that comment, though.
I'm going to lose 30 pounds.
You're going to gain it back.
Hey, Mr. Encourager.
Yeah, it's like as soon as whatever
I'm
you
just
stop
telling you
doing.
from experience.
Yeah, whatever it's like I'm going to go on a 30-day, 60-day
Man,
kick.
you're eating
Yeah.
salads.
Right.
You're eating salads. You're drinking water like they're gonna run out of it, and all at once you drop that pounds, and then you're like, man, I'm gonna have me some burn-ins tonight, and I'm gonna have a lot of them.
That's right.
Big piece of Texas toast.
Well,
yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have a stack of it, and I'm gonna eat a whole box of Oreo cookies.
Man,
the Girl Scout cookies arrive, and I mean, you just can't stop.
You got it all planned out.
No, I'm just saying I've been there, done that.
I thought you were talking about your weekend.
Girl Scout cookies can be a killer.
They are a killer.
I thought he was talking about the agenda for the weekend.
Hey, I can make these road trips to Colorado, and I'll have all these snacks, and man, I make it to about Wichita, and they're gone.
I'll bet. Hey, nothing like snacks on a road trip. All right, are we gonna do this with Clay in the lyrics? Are we ready?
A little bit of Big Papa.
Can you play that, or is the audio jacked up on the? Okay. All right. Well,
we have issues.
I'll tell you what. We'll do it when we come
Another
back
time?
from the break. Well, no, we're going to do it today. I'm determined. We're going to do it today. We've let the world know that you're about to read rap lyrics. There's nothing like it. I hate to oversell it, but in the past, there's been nothing like it.
I practiced this all the way to Colorado, Notorious B.I.G.
We'll get to the game at some point, but we'll
talk about the game real quick.
I want to hear him rap.
Well, we'll do that when we come back because I think
don't rap.
Edward looks like that he needs an engineer over here.
Edward is like, Clay's going to do what?
Bart, like the view I have is two puzzled producers across the room. Bart has a look on his face that can only be described as the dentist swearing while he's working inside of your mouth. Like, oh, snap.
Not a good thing.
You don't want to hear that. That's what that
Here's
is the
what
look
you do not want to
that
hear.
I see
And
from
I heard
across
this
the
from
room
my-
right now.
I heard this from my dentist. I heard snap. And it was like, then the next thing he says, well, it wasn't supposed to do that.
Yeah, when they look at the hygienist and say, oh, what did you do that for?
Yeah.
Never
seen anything like
Then he
that.
numbed me up and said, you're going to have to drive from Mountain home to Rogers right now. And I said, well, like what? He goes, get you a driver.
I want to see Clay.
That was a bad day, boys.
I want to see Clay with the numb gums and just drooling out his mouth when he forgets and he takes a big old swig and it just drools down.
Talk to him nonstop all the way back.
His face won't
knowing that he can't talk back and he can't do anything about it.
Man, you got a wad of gauze in your jaw. I mean, it's like it is. Yeah. Can't say anything.
All right, when we come back,
can't eat anything.
You're going to read rap lyrics when we come back, and we'll get some thoughts on the game at Mississippi State tomorrow. It's the Chuck and Bo Show at 6:45. Good morning.
Good morning, Hog Country. I travel with my work, so I'm on the road a lot. So you guys are on my station.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brands, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
You know, there's a sense of pride when it comes to things built in our state, and you can add Flyway Brewing to the list, a craft brewery with roots in North Little Rock dating back to 2013. With popular flavors like Blue Wing Berry Wheat Ale, the Honeybird Blonde, and the Early Bird IPA, there's no shortage to enjoy a tasty craft beer flight at the Flyway Brewery in Fayetteville, 1550 East Scion Road, or in North Little Rock at 314 Maple Street. Flyway Craft Beer, also available in restaurants and stores everywhere.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit GoPaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
You say, well, that's a tough thing to say. Well, we live in a tough world.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Witz Marine, your authorized Mercury dealer, is ready to take care of your winterization needs. With cold weather just around the corner, be sure to get your Mercruiser stern drives drained and flushed with antifreeze. For those with outboards, it's a great time to change the oil and service the lower unit. Plus, treat your fuel for a trouble-free next season. Don't get caught this winter. It's also a great time to repower the old boat with a new reliable Mercury engine. That's Witz Marine, your authorized repower center, 823 North 11th next to Wheeler Power Sports in Fort Smith.
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with fries, a drink, and 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Choose any 2 plus fries and a drink, all only $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Nothing says summer fun like fishing with a Thill Bobber with the family. America's favorite floats by Thill are available in a variety of sizes and colors. These premium balsa wood floats are made by the thousands at Pradco in Fort Smith, Arkansas. They are great at detecting the slightest bites by fish and work great in tandem with crickets and redworms. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle shops everywhere. America's favorite floats by Thill.
Why do people love Shamrock Liquor Warehouse? Simple. They've got it all. 70 years in business, 15,000 square feet of choices. They buy in volume so you can save. What else? How about the largest selection of everything? Shamrock's got it. Special orders? Shamrock's got it. Convenient drive-through, open 6 days a week? Shamrock's got it. Need a keg for your party? Shamrock's got it. Load up at Shamrock Liquor Warehouse at the corner of Midland and Riverfront Drive in Fort Smith.
You're listening to The Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Good morning to this great fan base. And I'm still walking on sunshine, baby, because I knew we had a team with a God-given talent to go in, woo, to Jordan Hare. And what do? In front of a sold-out capacity Tiger Den crowd, we leave Jordan Hare. Woo! Raiders, baby!
Man. Well, we got outside of the base offense today.
Yeah, we did.
We're going
Got
backwards.
a little tricky.
It's
Got a
it's
little
third
tricky.
and 23 right now.
Tried to run that double reverse flea flicker. And the ball ended up on
All
the
right,
ground.
what are we going to have Clay read the lyrics to? Let's hear the song first, or at least some of it, and then Yeah, turn it up. There we go. This
That
is
sounds
Notorious
smooth right there.
B.I.G.
Big Papa, baby.
Chuck,
like I know.
Chuck's like back at My Pleasure in the day.
That's right.
Yeah. The Brass Monkey. This is what was going down.
The Brass Monkey predated the Notorious B.I.G. I sure.
Style and grace, allow me to lace these lyrical douches in your bushes. Who rock grooves and make moves with all the mommies. The back of the club sipping.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Ready? Bart's like, here, turn it down before we get into the explicit stuff.
I've never been more ready.
All right. Okay, so we're going to just play the instrumental, and you're going to go. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, and I don't know if I'm going to be rhyming it right.
Well, you just rhyme it as best you can, Clay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, let's just let it go for a second. Get your feel.
Groove a little bit.
I'm moving now.
Vibe.
I'm moving straight up.
All right, here we go.
Really, I'm asking. Most of these fellas think they be making, but they be acting. Who they attracting with that line? What's your name? What's your sign? Soon as you buy that wine, I just creep up from behind and ask, what's your inner star? Who you be with? Things to make you smile. What numbers to dial? You're going to be here for a while. I'm going to go call my crew. You go call your crew. We can rendezvous at the bar around 2. Plans to leave. Throw the keys to a little cease. Pull the truck up, front and roll, up the next blunt, so we can steam on the way to go telly, go fill my belly. A T-bone steak, cheese and eggs, Welch is great, conversate, for a few, cousin of you, we gonna do. What we came to do, ain't that right, boo? Forget the telly, we just go to the crib, watch a movie in the jacuzzi, smoke a blunt, while you do me.
What?
I go to the chorus now. I love it when you call me Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player. I love it when you call me Big Papa. To the homies getting money, playing fellas like dummies. I love it when you call me Big Papa. If you got a meat up in your waist, please, don't shoot up this place. Why? Because I see some ladies tonight that should be having my baby.
Oh, my God.
Are y'all still with me?
Oh, yeah, barely.
So-
barely, but we are still with you. Yes.
So, what do you think of the Mississippi State game?
Ooh, well,
Man, when you go to that crib down in Starkville,
oh, God.
I'm sorry. Let me switch back to Clay. I'm not
Let's go back.
B.I.G. anymore.
I mean, you can be Big Papa, but tell us about
Analyze the game in the voice of Notorious B.I.G.
I don't think I can do it in a straight face, guys. No. Oh boy, yeah. Hey, that brings back memories. Yeah, and who you got in there? It's Bart and Edward.
Yeah.
So you need
And
to bring
Chuck.
back. You need to bring back Frank Ragnow to handle this stuff.
That's right. Frank was probably,
He was our
no question,
intern.
the most famous intern we've ever had.
Yeah.
How many NFL All-Pros have interned here?
Well, they made
a short list.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean, there was Eli Manning, but other than that, yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty cool.
Kidding.
There was some. I mean, he treated everybody so good, but really, you need some help in there. I mean, it's like
We
get
do.
that thing right.
We do. It's a mess, but it's coming together, Clay.
growing.
That was a good. That was a step in the right direction. Are you going to stick around for another segment so we can talk about the game?
Yeah,
I just didn't know if you had big
Long
plans.
as I don't have to do any more rap, man.
You might want to check your DMs on Facebook after all that.
Yeah.
You might want to check your messages in the break.
Clay was really, I mean, he's very, he's got a lot of, he's very musical, very rhythmic.
For those who didn't,
he's good.
For those who didn't enjoy that, I don't want to I don't want to spend any time with you. I don't want to hang out with you. If you didn't enjoy that, take me off your invite list.
We'll send you the compilation from 5 years ago.
Oh, that's a thing of beauty.
That's radio gold. Right there.
Gold. Arkansas's at Mississippi State. We'll talk about the game. We'll get into sports. We'll get into sports talk radio. Also, Camp Bud's going strong. Camped out last night, getting ready for the exhibition game tonight.
Don't you know Clay's family's proud? His daughters, Jean Ann, when they hear him rap like that,
he would amount
that's
to
right.
nothing.
That's exactly right. Now here he
he's
is.
Big Papa.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them.
My
Flight by
2-year-old dog
Yingling
is
is
looking
12
at me like
ounces
I'm
of
crazy.
uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery.
You
With
let
only
her out.
2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweat No Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatgnomecosmetic.com and click on the Sweat Gnome Edge.
It's time for Arkansas Razorback football. Experience fall in Fayetteville as the Hogs return to the Hill in November for marquee SEC matchups against Ole Miss on November 2nd and longtime rival the Texas Longhorns on November 16th. Secure your tickets for the brand new Big Red's rooftop bar and other great seats before it's too late at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
Hey Razorback fans, it's Quinn Grovey alongside my man. That's him. And it's a great time to be a Razorback.
Embrace the ho!
Whether it's a touchdown, a slam dunk, or a grand slam.
Big Susie, they were doing all the stuff. I went in there to get something to eat, and they're cheering. I'm like, what is going on here?
We're here with the excitement and insight you crave.
Well, you're giving me goosebumps now, you know.
It's the Razorback Daily from the team at Sport and Store.
That might be our best episode ever.
Available wherever you listen to your podcast each morning.
I want to make a couple of points here because I have the floor.
All of it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Before you buy that next car or truck, stop by Broadway Motors in Van Buren. The best of the best for 2 straight years. Michael and his team offer the best prices on the best quality pre-owned vehicles in the River Valley. They invite you to stop by and check it out for yourself. Or if you prefer to check out their inventory online or even do your financing online. Michael has built his reputation as a husband, father, and owner-operator since 2006. Broadway Motors, 806 Broadway in Van Buren, or online at BroadwayMotorsAR.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we'll see scattered morning showers in the northern part of the state, otherwise partly to mostly sunny with highs in the 80s. Southwest winds become northwest at 5 to 15 miles an hour. Partly cloudy tonight with an isolated shower or storm possible, lows in the 50s to lower 60s. Sunny and cooler Saturday, highs in the 70s. I'm Matthew Harding with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird Real Estate Group has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at limbirdteam.com. LIMBIRD.
October is Slingshot Month at Wheeler Power Sports in Fort Smith. We have a great selection of new Polaris Slingshots in stock, some with financing available as low as 1.99% for 36 months and 0 down payment with approved credit. Fall is the perfect time to get out and see the natural state in the new Slingshot from Wheeler Power Sports. Serving all over Arkansas and eastern Oklahoma. WheelerPowersports.com. Wheeler Power Sports, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. You're listening to ESPN 95.3.
Touchdown, Arkansas! How did he get that wide open?
Our flag is more than just a piece of cloth. It's the heartbeat of our nation, should be a beacon of hope and freedom for us all. But lately, some have chosen to deface it. The same flag I wore proudly while serving in the Army is being dishonored. Have we forgotten the sacrifices made for the freedoms it represents? In Congress, I've taken action to protect our flag and the values it stands for. I'm Steve Womack, and I approve this message because our flag is more than just a symbol. It represents the soul of America. Paid for by Womack for Congress.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard, until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Agent Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Hey, Ty Richardson for A Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. They service commercial and residential lawns for weed management and fertilization for a lush, healthy lawn. Need bush hogging? They do that too. A Cut Above also offers tree and limb removal. Don't forget hauling and dumpster rental as well. More than just a mowing service, they're A Cut Above. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. Lawn, landscaping, power washing, stump grinding, leaf removal, mulching, flea tick, and mosquito control. 719-5605.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
This is a public service announcement for guys my age. Always subscribe. Always.
Wait, I have to admit, I thought you were going straight into low T right there.
Always subscribe with the card that is nearest the expiration date.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a called play, and I called it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
Can you believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Let's make another excuse for this jackwater.
That's right.
Presented by First Security Bank. Why Kurt Realtors, the Griffin Company. Pasco, Air, Plumbing, and Electric. Flight by Yingling and Fayetteville Auto Park. And now, Chuck and Bo.
You think you have to put the big wins, and every loss is horrible. It's awful. But, we have 5 more games left, so, we have to flush this. We have to learn from it. We have to, as coaches, we have to learn from it as players. And then we got to go back to work because Mississippi State's playing good football right now, and it's on the road. It's hard to win in the SEC. So we'll get this one taut, and we'll get it fixed, and then we'll head towards Mississippi State on Monday.
What are we expecting tomorrow? At 11:45 when Arkansas kicks off in Starkville.
I would expect Arkansas to try to establish themselves as the bully on the block, so to speak, the tougher team of the day. I think they'll try to set a tone physically, run the ball if they've got it, and try to get it back if they don't.
We're going to get to the phones coming up. Clay Henry's joining us, friend of the program, back from his wilderness tour in Colorado, fresh off some Notorious B.I.G. rap lyric reading, which is a specialty of Clay's, and I think, keeps his energy going. He's awake now, and we can dive into the game. Clay, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think you have to be careful when you say this is how they're going to play Mississippi State, and that's what you'd like to do, is to line up and assault him. Mississippi State's been an enigma, and they have played different ways this year. Early in the year, they tried to blitz, they tried to pressure, they were going to go after you, and they gave up a ton of big plays. I mean, they couldn't get there, and so of late they've played softer, a little bit like what Arkansas played against LSU. So it's like we can't get there, So let's don't give up big plays and let's make people earn it. And they played a lot of guys in the box against Mississippi State. I mean, against Texas A&M, but they didn't blitz. They made you find them and block them, and moved them around just a little bit. But they didn't just shoot two guys through the A gap. And try, that gave up big plays. So I'm interested to see how they change and try to play against a Bobby Petrino offense. That you're right. They want to run the ball, and they've announced, hey, we're going with the big horse. We're going with Braylon Russell. Well, so can you impose your will on a team that knows that's what you're trying to do? Conversely, Arkansas, I suspect, will come after. You cover against experienced quarterbacks. You come after young ones. That's the age-old coaching adage. What defensive coordinators are going to do. So it's Van Buren, right? They're freshmen.
Yeah, Michael Van Buren.
Yeah, I suspect Arkansas will bring a lot more pressure than they did last week, and they're going to try to rattle the guy. And the key to the season has been turnovers. I mean, they've had them or they haven't had them. They go to Auburn. What, they get 5 or 6? I mean, that made for that was the deciding factor in the game. They played the last 3 games: Texas A&M, Tennessee, LSU. No turnovers. I mean, it's hard to make a living when and you've made turnovers. I think they put the ball on the ground 16 times this year. Mm-hmm. That's a lot. So
they're -8 in turnovers in their losses.
I mean, they've recovered a lot of the fumbles. I mean, they haven't, a bad snap is a fumble. You cover it, but it still is a lost yardage play. So the turnovers are a big part of the game, and who wants to risk stuff to try to force them?
Well, Mississippi State's been opportunistic, but not good on defense. They've gotten turnovers, but they're giving up a lot on defense. And this
big plays.
But their quarterback, who you mentioned, by the way, is leading the SEC in touchdown passes for the month of October. I didn't know that was a stat. But in October, Michael Van Buren has thrown more touchdown passes than any other quarterback in the league. You want to take a call? Should we take a call?
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, because I think we got something for Clay here. Woods is in Bentonville. Woods, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show with Clay Henry.
Hey, I was actually wanting to call in about your fall foliage.
Foliage, yeah.
Foliage is what I put over, like, my leftovers.
That's leftovers?
That was leftover from yesterday? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, bad joke?
But if
so
you want to come see some, I'm sorry.
Okay, got it. Like how bad?
I would on a scale of 1 to 10.
Like hang up bad?
What are we doing?
Yeah, it's 1.
What are we doing?
So what are we doing? We hanging up? I thought we had a call, like a real call. Okay. Good chat, Woods. Anyhow, that was a bad idea. Eddie in Clarksville, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show with Clay Henry. Let Clay have it, Eddie.
Well, I'm going to let Clay have it, baby. Listen, that rose this morning, I rose with a fever, baby. It's starting to fester. Because the postseason play starts tomorrow in Starkville, Mississippi, baby. And I believe we're going to win the game. But the song I went to, I want, if you allow me to dedicate 4 songs today, and they all have special meaning.
All right.
Because I want to dedicate this song to all the associates at DC 6082 at Clarksville, Arkansas, and to the whole nation, and to the good people, hard-working people of this country, born in the USA, they work hard every day. We're a national relief DC now, and they're working hard to make sure customers can fill their baskets and across this country. And, for all the Americans has been devastated by Mother Nature this year in our neighboring states. Hats off to them, all the 800 associates. Born in the USA, baby. It's hard work. And what else is born? One big Suey, baby. And that's going to be on display tomorrow at Starkville, Mississippi. Second song I went to, woo! Def Leppard, baby. Woo! Rock of Ages. Listen, we got the Pyromania. We got the power. We got the glory to win this game tomorrow at Starkville. And I dedicate this song for two of the youngest members of the Hog Nation. They work at two pretty young ladies, Monica Wilkins, and Lisa Milo. I took their membership yesterday. They're aboard the Hog Train, baby. And the first song I went to, AC/DC, Thunderstruck. Let's go make the Bulldogs of Mississippi feel the rolling thunder, baby. Because you can win this game. You got the power. Let's feed them a big bowl of the big boy. Woo! Braylon Russell, keep feeding them the ball. And the last song is my wife's birthday today.
Oh.
Woo! Happy 46th birthday, sweetie. Cheek, trick, the fame. Because the best things in life are born from the heart, baby. And not only do I love the Hogs, woo! I love you, sweetie. Thank you for taking my call, baby.
Hey, that's America right there. Loves his country, loves his team, loves his wife. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Clay, your thoughts?
I don't want to follow that. I mean, that's like he had 4 songs. Y'all, I'm glad I only had to do one rap.
Born
song.
in the USA, Rock of Ages, Thunderstruck, and The Flame.
Yep. There's not anything better than that.
We need to have a Christmas Eddie
the first time we
playlist
met.
for sale.
First time we met Eddie,
Yeah.
we were down at
The AT&T Stadium,
Texas
Arlington.
A&M, Arkansas, and we found his seat before the game. And he was calm, easygoing, soft-spoken, and we head back to the press box, like after 15 minutes, and I told Bo, that can't be him. It can't be. It can't be. It's not the same person.
Yeah, it's him.
I've
He's
done
got his show presence that he switches to a different person.
He does more show prep than
all of us combined.
And yeah, you could argue that Eddie gets up before any of us to get ready for the show.
I don't think there's any doubt.
Who got up earlier today, Eddie or Gentle Ben?
Oh,
that's a tough one.
Is
right
Gentle
there.
Ben back calling?
Gentle Ben was our first caller, and he has
he's
been
gone-
2 or 3 times.
yeah,
he got
he's
up
gone-
before
I think
you.
maybe he had
Back
been
to
up
back.
all night
Well,
waiting.
that's what I'm saying. Who was up earlier, Gentle Ben or Eddie?
We took a trip down memory lane today.
We really
with
did.
Gentle Ben.
We really did.
High school
I
moments.
can remember the
of
first time
glory.
I met Eddie, Gentle Ben. It was at Eagle Golf Club.
I was there.
Bauxite. We were at, I think it was
It was the Jim Elder Golf Tournament.
Jim Elder Golf Tournament, and he came up, and it was time for you and I to go warm up to play golf. And, I mean, we just skipped warm-ups, talked to Gentle Ben.
No matter how hard I try, I can't get anybody to talk about this game.
Don't act like you've been trying. Don't act like you've been trying.
Okay, Clay, keys to the game, please.
Well, I mean, I already said it's,
You already
it's
told you,
turnovers.
Bo. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's turnovers.
Give me
and,
something
it's-
different. Yeah,
it's-
something new.
And, I want
Turnovers. Okay.
They've got
see
to
that one
be
coming.
able to run the ball, and I wrote it earlier this week. Hit that
Was it
line.
the sponsored column?
Yes,
that we hear
they've
about?
They've got to run the ball, and they've got to do something to take the pressure off the quarterback. I think he has to run the ball. He only carried it 5 times last week. He didn't want to run it last week, Taylor Green, and I understand he's got a banged up knee, but it ought to be a little better. We're 3 weeks down the road from that bruised knee. He's going to have to make some plays with his feet. And, you go back to the Oklahoma State game, I think carried it 18 times. Well, it was 5 against LSU. Now, LSU probably set their defense so that he couldn't. But it's got to be they've got to get to 150 yards running, I think. And maybe a little more than that. And they'll get some big plays in the passing game.
One of the keys with Taylor, and you watch Petrino on the sideline, and you could tell immediately when he doesn't run, like when he should run, and deciding when to escape the pocket and run versus trying to complete a difficult pass. And there were a couple of times in that LSU game where he had some green ahead of him, and he didn't take advantage of it. And it's not easy.
Correct.
It's not easy, but that's part of the evolution of the offense and his experience in it, which Chuck has talked about quite a bit. It's going to be really fun and interesting if Taylor and Bobby Petrino are back together next season. You've got some continuity on the team, the offense, a second year of these guys together. Who knows what might happen, because you've seen some flashes for sure.
I hesitate to do this because Chuck's head's already massive. But he did a really nice job a couple of days ago about, just talking about the offensive line and where it might be next year compared to where it's been the last 2 years. If we can get some continuity, I think these guys have ability, but they're learning too. Everybody puts it on Taylor Green's learning a new offense. And, they've shuffled guys around. They shuffled them around during the open date, and now we got Patrick Kudus back, which I think, could help them. And I think, Chuck, you did a really nice job of kind of putting all that together.
Well, thank you.
That's really nice.
Your approval means everything.
It's really nice. All right.
But I think you're right.
Thank you.
Listen, he'll talk about it the entire break. He'll talk about it. It means everything to him. Don't let him kid you. Now,
I'm just trying to not do any more rap.
No, that was great. Honestly, it was the highlight of my week. I can't speak for everyone else, but sometimes it's about you.
Week, didn't you?
Yeah.
Here's the deal, boys.
Don't want to really get into it, but yeah.
Here's the thing about this game. We're focusing on Arkansas's offense. Mississippi State's given up 33 points a game. Arkansas should be able to score. They're going to win or lose this ball game by how many times they keep Mississippi State from scoring. You look at the points that they've put up lately.
Some stops, baby.
You got to get some stops. You got to get off the field. Mississippi State's given up 22 sacks this year. You ought to be able to get after this guy a little bit. You look at Mississippi State's rushing stats. They've not rushed the ball great, but you should be able to do some things defensively against these guys. But I worry that if you can't get after the quarterback, they're gonna have some receivers running free. And to me, this game's about what happens on the other side of the ball. I think Arkansas will score. Mississippi State gives up 49% on third down. Arkansas converts at an over 50% clip. Arkansas will score points tomorrow. They got to keep them off the board.
Yeah,
That's my take. That's my take.
No, they're an offensive coach team. Like Jeff Levy's.
That's right.
His identity is offense.
That's right.
That's how he made his name. They're going to get better and better on offense.
You're going to look out there and you're going to say, this looks like Arkansas 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, or 4 years ago, the 9-4 team. I mean, that's what they're trying to run. And if you press their wide receivers, they go vertical. If not, they're going to run screens and hitches. So they do. The Kendall Briles stuff is all there. Now they're learning it. They're in the same situation as Arkansas in that they're running a new offense. They have turnovers, and they sputter, but they do hit some plays, and they're going to hit some big plays. So force some punts. They didn't last week. I don't think we saw LSU's field goal kicker. We didn't see their punter. Force some punts, get back to playing defense, and you're right, Chuck. They got to hold them down a little bit. Yeah, I don't know that Arkansas can score 40 points. I don't think they're capable of that. So that's why the defense is so important.
Get off the field on third down. They didn't do it enough last week. They got to do it this week. Clay, enjoy your weekend.
Thank you, Clay.
Yeah, I always enjoy it. Glad to be back. I had a good trip. Listened to you guys driving home the other day. I was going through Kansas early in the morning, listening to y'all, and it was y'all have. I think y'all are finally kind of meshing a little bit.
I don't know.
And
the read option's still a struggle.
Yeah.
The read option is.
I mean, those two guys you got in there with you, Edward and Bart. Work on those two guys.
We are.
They got to bring it a little bit.
Wow.
It's appreciate that's the sound of the bus going over Edward and Bart. Thank you, Clay.
Right.
They know I love them.
Appreciate that.
They do.
All right, man. Thank you. Have a great weekend. We'll do it again next week. Clay Henry, friend of the program, Hall of Famer, karaoke star. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, well, congratulations, Coach. I made some good calls today. You sure did. You sure did.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit GoPaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But We also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
We want to make sure that you can read some ludicrous lyrics on his 47th birthday
I can
today.
do that one. Roll out, roll out.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bow season is underway, and Jelco Outdoors has all your archery and hunting equipment to help you bag that big buck. Select new compound bows by Bowtech, Elite, and Hoyt. Save $200 off. Bear Tech crossbow packages, now only $329.99. Save $200 off select Raven crossbows. Clothing, boots, tree stands, saddle equipment, feeders, nut grub, and grunt calls. Jelco has it all for you. Good luck and safe hunting. And remember, a great hunt begins at Jelco Outdoors.
Fall is here, and that means cooler weather, football, and family, which makes it the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart, your family's #1 tire store. Southern Tire Mart is your trusted partner for top quality tires, professional services, and competitive pricing. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is ready for anything fall brings your way. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
From the Buffalo River to the Louisiana line, from the Texas and Oklahoma borders to the capital city and into the Delta, the natural beauty, the natural resources, and the hardworking citizens make Arkansas's 4th District more than just the heart of the natural state. It is a land of opportunity to raise families, to build communities, and to do our part for a brighter future. I'm Congressman Bruce Westerman. It's an honor to serve you. I approve this message and sincerely ask for your vote.
Paid for by Westerman for Congress. Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You know, it's scary. You can get up really close to deer now. It's almost like they're pets. And I don't think I would know what to do if they did come closer.
Well, you don't exactly live in a rural area, you know, behind those gates. I mean, you guys have no hunting signs posted everywhere.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Chuck and Bo Show is streaming at all Chuck and Bo social media sites, YouTube at Chuck and Bo. We're also on the Hit That Line Now app. We'll be streaming on Hit That Line socials as well at some point, but we're on the Chuck and Bo Show streaming now. If you're looking for the Chuck and Bo Show, that's how you can find it. If you miss it, you want to hear it on demand at Chuck and Bo Show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Our number, 877-377-6963. Getting text in, people raving about Clay's abilities to read rap lyrics for some, but rap lyrics for Clay.
I mean, it really is amazing what he can do. The way he just morphs from, like, you know, dorky guy into rap performer.
He just complimented you. He just said, you know.
And I just complimented him.
You really,
I mean, I just complimented him.
You're talking about how versatile he is.
Yeah, he's a five-tool guy, man. I mean, he can do it all.
He's a prospect.
He can play the dad role. He can rap. He can sing a little country. I mean, that's you don't get that on every radio program.
I do love the depth and perspective that Clay brings to the show. We need that kind of diversity. The depth and perspective that Clay can bring to the show.
You don't have the old demographic covered with me? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, I would never do that. I do see that you're quite active on Facebook, though.
Well,
and that is
I have liked multiple posts over the last
and
month.
shared.
Probably
You've learned to
3 or
share.
4. Well, not really sharing. I just text them to you guys.
Neil Price, the voice of the Bulldogs, is coming up. We'll find out what it's like to be calling games for Mississippi State this year, how it's been. By the way, big game tonight with playoff implications, Clay. Boise State is visiting UNLV.
Oh, did you hear that?
I sure did.
Did you hear what he called me? Yeah. You called me Clay.
It just happened.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
It was an honest. It was an honest mistake.
I know it was. I know. I would have let it slide, except the facial expression from Bart over there.
What I was hearing was like Clay stuff.
I understand.
It sounded like what I would hear from
know,
Clay.
It got a little dry.
When you went Facebook, I went Clay.
I know. I understand that.
And I look at you as slightly younger than Clay. But when you start talking Facebook, you just kind of fall into the same category.
Well,
By the way,
I don't post pictures of my vacations. That's the difference right there. That's when you cross over. When you're like total Facebook, it's when you start posting vacation pictures, you're all in, and I don't do that.
Why not?
Well, because, first off, it's boring. I mean, who cares? I mean, nobody cares.
Are you telling me you don't ever do anything interesting?
No, I do lots of interesting things.
Well, why don't you start sharing?
Because I don't want anybody to know about it.
But you want people to follow you on Facebook.
No,
you want Facebook friends.
No, I mean,
you got to share your life. You can't just be a taker, Chuck. You got to be a
giver. I will occasionally post a picture of a game or a stadium or something. Something dramatic.
On my bucket list now is to live long enough for you to send the obligatory picture of your feet in a margarita in the ocean.
I've done things like that before. But I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about,
I don't
right?
know that they were as well received maybe as I'd hoped.
No, I just want to, no caption, just a picture of you sitting on a chair on the beach. All you see is a margarita in your left hand, your feet, the ocean.
Well, that's
the beach.
That can happen. That could happen. I mean, I'm not ruling that out.
How many people are following? Show of hands, Chuck on Facebook. How many people are following Chuck on Facebook? I want to do a little drive like we did for Clay. Let's get.
What's
Chuck
the maximum number of friends you can have?
Friend.
I've got the maximum number. Way past the maximum. I got 40. 99% of the people. I don't even know who they are. I shouldn't say that.
Do you get their birthday notifications?
For some reason, I don't get those anymore. I used to get them all the time. I don't really understand how it works. No, I don't seem to get those notifications anymore.
If you're not following Chuck on Facebook, you're not missing anything. But we're going to get it. We're going to hopefully change that for you.
That's right.
For your Facebook friends. They're your friends, Chuck. They're Facebook friends.
I do share things from time
friends.
to time on there. I'm a lurker. That's what I am. I lurk on Facebook. I live through other people.
What's that actually called, Bart?
Like stalking, internet stalking?
No. I'm lurking on the side, just kind of checking it out.
He churched up creeper into lurker.
No, you guys are turning it into something else. I'm just saying.
That's what it's called.
I just observe. I'm an observer. I'm an observer of human nature.
You're a creeper.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
It's not a negative connotation necessarily, Chuck. It's just like...
It sounds negative to me.
I understand that.
It sounds negative to me. Use the word creep in there. It's got a negative connotation.
Start taking some behind-the-scenes photos of the show here and posting them on Facebook. You just got to give people some content.
Okay.
I'll start sending you. You know what we're going to do? Bart and I will start sending you some photos you can post as if you have a life.
Right. There we go.
It's 7:29. Neil Price, the voice of the Mississippi State Bulldogs, joins us next on the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one razorback. Number one.
When it comes to finding the perfect diamond, there's one name that stands above the rest in Northwest Arkansas. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. As the region's premier experts for diamonds, Blakeman's offers an unparalleled selection of brilliant stones, handpicked for their quality and beauty. They don't just help you find the perfect stone, they educate you on every step of the way. Whether you're planning a proposal, celebrating an anniversary, or simply treating yourself, Blakeman's is where your search ends and your story begins.
Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
We are possibly entering what could be a golden age in Razorback athletics.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Wound Wrap is your #1 resource for all things diabetes. It's now available on the Hit That Line podcast network.
So all the blockage that happens in our body happens with a buildup of plaque that starts with cholesterol. The process keeps building up until you block the artery. It can happen in your arteries going to the brain, heart, kidneys, legs, and a lot of times it overlaps. So if we have a problem in one area, you have it in another area as well.
Just search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts and find it on hitthatline.com. Wound Wrap with Dr. Doug Friesen.
Arkansas is special. Our people are honest and hardworking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is pure Arkansas. We were raised here, we live here, and we're straight shooters. Unfortunately, out-of-state lawyers who care nothing about Arkansas are advertising for your legal business. They don't understand that you don't hand Arkansans a pile of cow dung and try to tell us it's a rose. Don't be just a number. Call the Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adventure Dave will be attempting his greatest stunt yet. He will jump over 100 boats, ATVs, cars, and trucks, all at Adventure, Oklahoma in Roland, brought to you by Auto Finders. Here he comes now. Adventure Dave, why did you choose Adventure, Oklahoma for this stunt?
Well, Tom, Adventure, Oklahoma is your one-stop shop for adventure, plus no one else would let me jump over their boats and ATVs.
Adventure, Oklahoma by Auto Finders has it all. Brand new, used, that's right. CF Moto, Arctic Cat, and Segway side-by-sides and ATVs, all with a free 5-year warranty. Only offered by Adventure, Oklahoma. Plus G3 boats, Suncatcher pontoons, and Falcon bass boats with delivery up to 100 miles away. The lowest priced pre-owned vehicles in the area with 90 days to your first payment.
That's right. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a date with Destiny.
Yes, and what a jump it'll be.
No, the jump is tomorrow. This is Destiny.
See y'all later.
Well, until then, visit Adventure, Oklahoma in Roland, brought to you by Auto Finders. AutoFindersOK.com.
Your journey starts here.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert.
And this is Matt, and we're at the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb-based grand
He
things.
means the website, which is shoponrazorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with fries, a drink, and 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Choose any 2 plus fries and a drink, all only $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at AAABM.com or call us at 471-1771.
You're listening to The Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
See, I've got this image of Clay in the fly shop by himself with a lot to say and nobody to talk to. And that and that
the dog.
And he's got the dog.
Looks at me. She looks at me like, "Would you just shut up?"
And so Clay starts just tweeting stuff out, texting stuff out.
No, it's not tweeting.
All right,
There's
texting.
no
texting.
We need you on Twitter.
Texting and Facebook.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, glad you're back. Neil Price is the voice of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Has been for a while. Bo, I've known Neil since he was a young man. And I was not a young man when I met Neil, but he was. And he joins us on the line right now. Neil, how are you?
Well, I'm not a young man anymore, so hopefully that'll make you feel a lot better.
Well, none of us are.
I'm getting closer. Getting closer.
You know, I just have to ask before we come down there, is there still ice cream in the press box?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Full
Then
freezer of it.
Then it's going to be a big day. It's going to be a big day.
I'd recommend the Muscadine Ripple. I would recommend that. Yes, you'll enjoy it.
Muscadine Ripple, not just vanilla or chocolate. Muscadine Ripple.
What's in that?
Muscadine Ripple.
That sounds fantastic.
Neil, what's the story with the Bulldogs? Scoring more points lately. Are things getting better?
Yeah, despite the fact that they're 1-6, I think that it's fair to say that they are improving. And you go back and look at who they've had to play in the last month, the fact that they've been able to show some growth against three teams that were ranked in the top 15 of the AP, I think that says a lot about the job that Jeff Levy and the staff are doing with a team that hasn't always had the personnel that it thought it was going to have going into the year, and a team that, if we're being totally honest, coming into the year that you knew the roster was not in a terrific spot with regard to talent and depth, and the guys they have bought in. They are playing with a lot of effort, and I think they are showing improvement not only on offense with a true freshman quarterback, but I think that they're showing some improvement on defense too, because those guys are going out there, and while the numbers against them are still pretty high, they are doing enough to give them a chance to stay in games and keep the opposing team honest. So, yes, I think they've taken some strides in the next month, and with, a month and a half left in the year, it'll be interesting to see if they can keep moving forward.
Neil, in today's world, especially with the transfer portal and NIL, all the things that we're dealing with, a 1-6 team, you might think they've lost motivation to play. I don't feel like that at all. You know better than we do about State. This looks like a team that's hungry, and they feel like another win's coming any day. And it looks like a difficult environment for Arkansas to be coming into.
Bo, I agree with you that they haven't packed the 10 in. I do agree with that. And you're absolutely right that in this day and age where any player at any time could decide, this is not for me. It's not what I thought it was going to be. I'm going to go to school X and be a star. They absolutely could have had that attitude. But walking in the building, being on the field with those guys at practice, no, I don't sense that at all. And again, I think you have to go back to the staff for that, because Jeff Levy and his guys have done a great job of keeping the locker room together. And they've got a bunch of guys who came in here from other places too now. I mean, it's not like that they're doing this with a bunch of guys who were third and fourth year players at Mississippi State. They had 3 returning starters when they got here, and I think they started 22 guys game one who had never started a game here in their careers. So I think it speaks volumes that you can bring in a bunch of guys from a lot of different backgrounds and hold it together. And the fans deserve some credit too, especially the students, because it's easy to find something else to do on a Saturday when things aren't going your team's way. It just is. And, it's not been a full house every week by any means, but they had 50,000 plus last week in a stadium that holds just over 60,000. And I can't recall times since I've been here where fans would continue to show up with 6 losses, like they have this year. I can think of years where State's lost 3 or 4, and people have just decided, it's not worth it to make the trip anymore. So there's something brewing here, it feels like, in a good way. Does it mean that they're going to find a way to string some wins together down the stretch against a tough schedule? I don't know. But I do believe that the fan base is bought in with this staff, and I think they appreciate the effort that they've seen.
Neil, let's just cut to the chase. Arkansas fans view this as a winnable game, and I think Mississippi State fans probably do too. Is this the game where the Mississippi State fan base feels like the losing streak ends?
Well, I think they hope so. Again, when you're 1-6, it's hard to sit there and look at something and go, yeah, we could do that. You've just seen it so many times. But I think what does give people hope, Chuck, that it could be is demonstrated improvement over the last month. It's the fact that they've played against some really good teams and they found themselves in games, and they've got a little more confidence now as a team maybe than they had a month ago. The challenge is they're going to have to find a way to continue to get better on defense against a team that has a dual-threat quarterback. That's never easy to defend against. They've got, I know the running back situation is a little in flux there with regard to injury right now. And, that could look very different than it has in weeks past on Saturday, but you still got to find a way to stop the run. And that's something that had been a challenge for State's defense this year. And Arkansas still got some guys that are pretty dynamic at wide receiver too. So, the challenge is there, not to mention, even though it's been a little inconsistent, they got some real pass rushers too. So the offensive line's got to do a good job of protecting that freshman quarterback, Michael Van Buren. But if you look at the remainder of the schedule for State, after Arkansas, you've got a winnable game against UMass next Saturday. Then they have to go to Tennessee. They get an open date. Then they have to play a Missouri team that's been really good this year. And then they got to play Ole Miss, and they've been really good this year. So the opportunities are dwindling for a chance to have a happy locker room, as the coaches say. So I think fans are all in on it, yes, because it might be the best remaining chance in the SEC for State to try to get out of there with a win.
Neil Price, voice of the Mississippi State Bulldogs, with us on the Chuck and Bo Show, and you kind of touched on this, but what is the thing that's going to keep Mississippi State from winning? And for a Razorback fan that doesn't know as much about the Bulldogs as you do, what could be a problem for Arkansas?
Well, the thing I think that would keep State from having success in the game would be an inability to get off the field on third down. Last week, their first and second down defense was probably as good as it's been at any point this season. They forced A&M into 16 third downs. And I think, don't hold me to this, but I think A&M's average conversion on third downs was north of 7 yards. So that's a problem. Okay, if you're 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, you got to find a way to get off the field. That's the biggest thing to me that could keep State from taking advantage of an opportunity. And then, in terms of what Arkansas fans might not know about State, I don't know that there's a whole lot of mystery there. They kind of are what they are. So I would come back to this, Bo, and just say their stick-to-itiveness, if that is a word, has been their biggest strength. And you go into games, and I've been guilty of it. We go on the road, going to Texas, you're prepared for the worst because you're playing the number one team in the country. And suddenly you're at the last play of the third quarter, and it's a 7-point game. And you're going, wow, okay, how'd this happen? And then at Georgia, they're right there in it, toward the end of the game. A&M, to their credit, State was putting some pressure on them, and they just decided we're going to hand it to Levon Moss, and we're going to get behind that big offensive line, and we're just going to shorten the game and run the clock out on it. And they did it, and that's what good teams do. So I think that's the thing that, people may know that about them, that they've watched them, but their ability to just continue to fight and stay in games and not pack in tent, I think that's the biggest strength they have.
Neil Price, thanks so much. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow, man.
Yep. See you tomorrow. Travel safe. Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Thanks for the time, Neil. Neil Price, voice of the Bulldogs, with us on the Chuck and Bo Show. You know, one thing that comes to mind, Chuck, if you go look, Texas, Mississippi State had almost 300 yards of offense. Georgia, they had 385. Texas A&M last week, they had 367 yards of offense. I give Mississippi State credit offensively, and we've talked about that this week, and the freshman quarterback who's thrown more touchdown passes than anybody in the league since October. He's elusive, he's athletic, he can play. I can't help but think Texas, Georgia, and A&M all went into that game. No matter what the coaches said, they think they're going to win the game, and they're going to win it handily. You've got to match the motivation of a team that's in the spot State is. We've talked about it this week. To me, it's the key to the game. We can talk turnovers. We can talk all the X's and O's you want. If Arkansas doesn't go into this game playing like they're facing an insurmountable challenge with that kind of mentality, they can get beat.
Oh, you can't let that quarterback
and they should
get
not
hot.
get beat.
No, you can't let him get hot. You're
But
right.
They better think differently than they're playing a 1-6 team. 7:47. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. It's a Friday. Back to the phones in a minute. 877-377-6963. We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank, Pascal Air, Plumbing and Electric, the Fayetteville Auto Park, Flight by Yingling, and Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
But I want someone to slide into my DMs. It's just
I'm
a
not
personal
sure I'm
goal.
entirely comfortable with this.
It sounds appealing to me.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
You know, there's a sense of pride when it comes to things built in our state. And you can add Flyway Brewing to the list. A craft brewery with roots in North Little Rock dating back to 2013. With popular flavors like Blue Wing Berry Wheat Ale, the Honeybird Blonde, and the Early Bird IPA, there's no shortage to enjoy a tasty craft beer flight at the Flyway Brewery in Fayetteville, 1550 East Zion Road, or in North Little Rock at 314 Maple Street. Flyway Craft Beer, also available in restaurants and stores everywhere.
Now is the time to join Hogs Plus, the Netflix for Razorback fans.
Arkansas wins it. Here they come.
Documentaries, exclusive interviews,
people everywhere, and then next thing you know, it's just everybody's packed.
Insider access, and an incredible library of films.
Arkansas leads it by 3.
A membership like no other.
I don't think it gets any better than this.
Oh, you're giving me goosebumps now.
Start your free trial today at hogsplus.com.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
I like craft beer. I do. You guys always think I'm like the biggest dork on the face of the earth.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Hey folks, we're back here at Road Chevrolet with Grant Neal. Let's talk new vehicles. What a selection.
I'm really happy that Chevrolet is starting to send more inventory because we're starting to get the vehicles that people want and need, especially moving into the fourth quarter. This is when the savings start to come and people are looking at shopping for the end of the year for their business or for the holidays. So, Tahoes, heavy-duty trucks, the new light-duty trucks, the all-new Chevrolet Traverse, the most popular models, we've got them. And great deals, too, up to 90-day payment deferral, so 3 months with no payment, and 0% for 36 months for well-qualified buyers on select vehicles.
You've even got a Silverado EV.
Yeah, is that thing not unbelievable?
It's
unbelievable, and it's a unique vehicle for a unique person, but I'm just telling you, you got to come out here and drive this thing and let our team show you all the great features. It's a truly marvelous piece of engineering.
It's Arkansas's favorite car dealer, Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway in Van Buren.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh. I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See Agent Jason Hill in Greenwood or Agent Wade Gilkey in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show. Back to Save Sports Radio.
No school in Fayetteville today, Chuck.
What?
No school.
What's the deal?
Well, I mean, teachers got to have breaks too. And they can't smoke on campus, so, you got to give them a day off. I mean, if anything, honestly, if anything would want to make you want to smoke, you think it'd be teaching kids? You could be a teacher. Let's just salute the teachers. Like, we have the teachers just absolutely. I'm being really serious. I mean, seriously. Sometimes I'll turn on like I'm being serious. Like you watch like a Navy SEAL show or something, and you're like, who signs up for that? Like if people I didn't want to sign up for that. You didn't want to sign up for that. Somebody's got to sign up for that. Somebody's got to sign up to teach our kids. And I'm serious. Thank you, because I know what my kids can be like. They're probably nicer at school actually, but you know what I mean. I mean, that's not an easy job. And, they don't always get the appreciation they deserve.
Both my parents,
rarely.
Both my parents are educators.
Yeah.
So,
well, my dad
shout out to them.
My dad actually was a high school teacher for a long time.
Family of educators here.
I didn't get
That's why we all sound so smart, I guess. Education was clearly important in our home.
It just skipped right over me.
Yeah.
Keith is in Fort Smith. Keith, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. It's Friday. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Love a good Friday morning. Getting ready for this Hog game. We're on the road right now. Me and my wife, we're headed to Stark Vegas, getting an early start. Hope to be able to wake up, be cognizant tomorrow morning. We'll see how that goes tonight. Let me tell you this, guys. I couldn't agree more with your guest. I couldn't agree more with what you guys have said. We're going to look back at this game once this thing's all said and done and think, okay, this is where we made our bowl game. This is where we made a jump in the season. We beat the people that we know we should beat. Or we're going to look back at this and say, here we go again, same story, round whatever it's been. I'm very concerned about the greaseball Jeff Levy. He's going to have all his little tools ready to work. That little quarterback they got can go. And if our defense, the biggest thing I will say, then I'm done. We've got to be on the front foot on defense. We've got to be manning these guys up. We can't be getting rubbed on those rub routes and lose sight of the play because that's what Jeff Levy does. He's going to shift the point of attack and then throw it backside, and it's going to be tough because that's what he does. So we got to be good pass rush, heavy defense, a lot of blitz, a lot of exotic coverages. I think we win the game.
Thanks, Keith. You know, they're going to score some points.
They are.
You just got to not let it get out of control, and offensively, you got to match them, not turn the ball over. But he's right, Chuck. I don't know if we realize how big of a game this is.
It is a big game.
It's a program-type big game.
Well, he's right in that if they make a bowl game, we'll look back and say that's one of the wins that got them there. And if they don't win this ball game and don't make a bowl game, we'll look back and say that's one of the games that cost them.
And the importance of getting to a bowl game is way bigger than just, oh, you had a better season. Regardless of what the coaching situation looks like next year, it's always better to have a program that's in a healthy position. Winning this game makes it feel more like that.
You've got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat. That was key in what he said. It's losing those games that get you fired.
Chuck and Bo Show, good morning.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Best brands, best people, best inventory, best place. You want selection? You'll find it at the Auto Park. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. We're talking 4 of the best brands on the planet. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Plus, certified pre-owned Toyotas, Hondas, Acuras, and Chevys. Why settle for anything less than the best? Best brands, best people, best inventory, best place. Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show. Check us out online at FayettevilleAutoPark.com. That's FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Thank you all for your show. It's a great format in the morning. It's really nice to have knowledgeable people to wake up to and listen to. So thank you all.
Harry Robinson Salisal Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we'll see scattered morning showers in the northern part of the state, otherwise partly to mostly sunny with highs in the 80s. Southwest winds become northwest at 5 to 15 miles an hour. Partly cloudy tonight with an isolated shower or storm possible, lows in the 50s to lower 60s. Sunny and cooler Saturday, highs in the 70s. I'm Matthew Harding with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
When you need tough and paint just isn't enough, check out River City Coatings in Van Buren. When it comes to your metals, paint can peel and crack over time. Whether it's your patio furniture, rims or trims on your automobile, or heavy equipment, no one has time for a redo. Powder coating provides the toughness you need. Preserve your investment with powder coating from River City Coatings. River City Coatings, certified John Deere, Caterpillar, ISO 9001, Packer, and UL provider of tough. River City Coatings, 471-7675 or online at rivercitycoatings.com.
Hey, Ty Richardson for JamMart. JamMart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. JamMart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero JamMart locations. And stop by any of the 6 JamMart locations in the area. JamMart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
From the Bushlight Studios, this is ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
You sure this is legal?
I don't know. It's fun though, isn't it?
Our flag is more than just a piece of cloth. It's the heartbeat of our nation. It should be a beacon of hope and freedom for us all. But lately, some have chosen to deface it. The same flag I wore proudly while serving in the Army is being dishonored. Have we forgotten the sacrifices made for the freedoms it represents? In Congress, I've taken action to protect our flag and the values it stands for. I'm Steve Womack, and I approve this message because our flag is more than just a symbol. It represents the soul of America. Paid for by Womack for Congress.
Here with Grant Neal at Road Chevrolet. Grant, how do you get all these pre-owned vehicles that look so good?
Well, what we do is we get all the vehicles that we can that qualify for our certified pre-owned program. We give them that certification. What that means, they get a higher level of inspection, and the manufacturer comes and guarantees a warranty on that vehicle. So you're going to get a guaranteed 12-month, 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, as well as an extension on the factory powertrain warranty and an additional oil change paid for by Chevrolet. So great value, and there's no warranty better than a manufacturer's warranty. And that's on top of the 2-year complimentary maintenance program that we give on every vehicle we sell.
You have to ask yourself, why should I go anywhere else? Road Chevrolet is the place to go.
We don't have the largest selection, but we have a very quality selection. We handpick these vehicles, and most of them are acquired here locally, which gives us an even greater level of quality control. So we're not selling, mystery vehicles, and man, I hope that this thing wasn't abused. We know the history of most of these vehicles.
That's why they are Arkansas's favorite car dealer. Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway in Van Buren.
Hey, Ty Richardson for A Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. They service commercial and residential lawns for weed management and fertilization for a lush, healthy lawn. Need bush hogging? They do that too. A Cut Above also offers tree and limb removal. Don't forget hauling and dumpster rental as well. More than just a mowing service, they're A Cut Above. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. Lawn, landscaping, power washing, stump grinding, leaf removal, mulching, flea tick, and mosquito control. 719-5605.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Do you text emojis? Yeah. I mean, I really like the one with sunglasses and a smile. I like that one a lot.
That's your go-to? Would you have the sunglasses emoji as an Arkansas State of the Union right now, or no?
I think it'd be a little sad face, like to lose that game.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a call play, and I called it, Chuck.
A show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
Can you believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball-play guys with a face for radio. Let's make another excuse for this jackwater.
That's right.
Presented by First Security Bank. Why Kurt Realtors, the Griffin Company. Pasco Air, Plumbing and Electric. Flight by Yingling and Fayetteville Auto Park. And now, Chuck and Bo.
I don't know if you've noticed, but there is an enormous amount of activity that's going to be taking place on the south end of the campus tonight. You've got volleyball, softball, sold-out basketball game, Fayetteville High's homecoming. It's going to be a traffic jam.
The South Campus.
South end of the campus.
The south end of the campus.
That's right.
That's how you say it, kids.
That's right.
Not just campus, the south end of the campus.
That's exactly right.
They're camped out.
It's got to be, you got to have the direction. And there's Camp Bud going on.
I'd love to hear from somebody at Camp Bud.
You think they're up
Kids,
by now?
call in. Let's go. 877-377-6963. It's time to get on the radio. Time to be on the show this morning. You been up all night? I mean, can you really sleep in a tent? Do you get quality sleep?
No.
Not really sleeping, right?
No.
I think they probably went from 10 to 10. It was big. Yeah, I'm sure it was a big
party. Yeah,
it's a big party.
Should be.
Good for them.
I also hate camping, though, so I'm not
really?
the person.
You're not an outdoorsman?
That's a little different version of camping right there.
Well, yeah, I
This
don't.
is
I don't,
fun camping.
I don't mind. I love the great outdoors, but I'm not sleeping
Who
in a
doesn't?
tent. I'm not sleeping in a tent. I'm just going to be real honest.
I
with you
love the
there.
great outdoors.
Hey, this is a big deal tonight. You know, it's an exhibition game.
I think so, too.
And Cal has sort of downplayed his roster a little bit in terms of guys being healthy. And Kenny Payne met with the media yesterday, and he wouldn't really disclose who's going to play, who's not going to play. Obviously, it's an exhibition game, so you don't want to run anybody out there that's trying to get healthy and keep them from being completely healthy for the opener. But Kansas and Arkansas both have some guys nicked up. Nobody's going to want to play in this game more than everybody on each roster. I mean, they're both going to be going into this game wanting to play. I suspect we're going to see almost everybody on both sides, at least for a little bit.
I think there will be more people play than maybe we've, thought might play. Look, it's Kansas, it's Arkansas, it's Cal itself. I mean, who wants to sit out a game like this? I know it's an exhibition game, and you don't push anybody to do anything that would hinder them going forward. But the arena's going to be full. There's going to be electricity. They're going to keep score. So I think a lot of these guys, I would be surprised if more of them don't find ways to play than we might think.
Cal put out a tweet yesterday to try and explain how the game will be, and he made it clear it'll be a real game. But they are going to play 4 quarters instead of 2 halves, which we could get into this at some point. Maybe we will in the summer. College basketball should move to 4 quarters like the women's game has. We need 4 quarters, not 2 halves. But his explanation there was, it'll provide a couple of more opportunities for us to coach and that sort of thing without having to call a bunch of timeouts. And 4 quarters will be the format tonight. But other than that, and it not really counting on your resume in terms of the NCAA tournament, it's a real game.
It's an event. It's a show. And
they all are, really.
And that's why it'll be good, and that's why it'll be well attended. Look, you got some of the best college basketball players on the planet that are going to play at Bud Walton Arena tonight. And I know it's not on the official record, but that scoreboard's going to work, and those players are going to try to they're going to try to beat each other, and those coaches are going to try to develop their team and coach as hard as they can. And so I think it's going to be a good show, and I look forward to being there.
Kenny Payne is the associate head coach for Arkansas. He was at Louisville, his alma mater. Didn't work out. Louisville was a mess when he got there. I haven't dug in on all the Kenny Payne moments at Louisville and what happened as a head coach, but Kenny Payne's widely respected in basketball circles throughout the country. I remember people saying when Cal started hiring his staff, when they hired Kenny Payne, they said, wow, this got really serious, as if it wasn't before. But there's a lot of respect for Kenny Payne. I sat down with Kenny Payne a week or 2 ago. A Hog Pod came out a few days ago. I guess it was last Sunday. A Hog Pod on Kenny Payne was released. I want to play a minute of Kenny Payne talking about Cal's program and what's different. And you don't hear, I don't hear this. We cover sports every day. We consume a lot of information. I don't know if I've ever heard this, Chuck, on the approach from a John Calipari program with players. How do they approach players? Let's listen to 1 minute of this. I think it's unusual.
They have to feel good about what they're doing for themselves. So to bring a group of young, talented people in and say, forget you, let's just buy into that, you're missing the boat. The reality of it is, I got to get him to be so good, so secure in who he is, so locked into what he's doing as a player that he can now step away from himself and buy into somebody else, something else. To do it the other way is fool's gold. A player has to be, if I'm training you and I get you to be better than you've ever been and you feel it and you see it, you become secure in what you're doing. Once you become secure in what you're doing and who you are, now you can give to others. The best teams are going to be guys that have mastered themselves in some sense, and they can now be secure enough in what they're doing to help the greater good. If you can score 30 and you lose every game, does that really matter? No. If you can score 14 or 15 and your team wins, we know you can score 30.
Yeah.
You mastered that. But let's take a little less so that we win.
That's a
the
great,
goal.
great look at approaching players, especially at this level, the guys they're recruiting. They've been a brand since they've been in the 5th, 6th, 7th grade. It's been all about them. They're coached or taught or encouraged to get on a different team because it's better for their brand. Your brand, you're going to the NBA. How do you get those guys to play for each other in a more than ever selfish world? How do you get those guys to play for each other, come together as a team? This is a player-first staff, and that's how you get to results as a team. Now, how does it all come together? We'll watch it play out. But from a philosophy standpoint, have you guys ever heard that? Have you ever heard a coach talk like that when it comes to, because what you always hear is about being selfless and the team and all that. That insight into helping a player become secure in who they are, not worried about what's best for them. We got that covered. We're doing everything we possibly can to get you to where you want to go, and it fits into the overall team goal like this. But first of all, we got to get you believing in you, playing your best, feeling your best, secure in yourself, not worried about jealousy and other people and those kinds of things. We got to make you completely secure in yourself, and then you can give to others. It's a different approach.
Well, it is. And look, their approaches work, and they do deal, and by deal, I mean they recruit and develop and work with players who are, they're destined for the NBA in many cases. And you're right. They've had a lot of focus on them growing up, and they're all really good players. And when you can get them to play for one another, I mean, that's when you've got a chance to be good. And that's one of the reasons I'm anxious to watch them play, is to see all this stuff implemented.
We've both been around these guys a little bit. I have not sensed one bit of attitude or entitlement. I'm not at practice every day. I don't know. But I'm just saying and other people have met them. They've gone about town or different places throughout the state. I mean, these guys just seem like a good group of dudes that can actually play better than anybody can. It just happens to be super talented basketball players that are just good dudes.
I think they've done a really nice job, and by they, the entire program, and Cal's obviously the impetus for that. But the players have done their part too. I think it's good the way they've gone around the state, and I think a lot of people feel what you just said, that they seem like they're pretty good guys.
So it'll be on the SEC Network tonight at 8 o'clock. Chuck will have the call on the radio. Jimmy Dykes is alongside Seth Greenberg as analyst in this event tonight. So there's been a lot put into the game. In fact, I got a call from Ryan McGee the other day, and he's like, hey, one of my editors said I need to write on basketball because of Cal. And he was kind of just like, background, like what's the vibe, what's the feeling in Arkansas about Cal? And my comment to him was relaxed confidence. That's what I feel from Razorback fans.
I think people are anxious to see what it's going to be like. I think they're excited about it. I think it's simmering beneath the surface. I also think we're in the middle of a football season. And, football really matters here, and baseball really matters here. And, the seasons matter here. We have football season here, and then we go to basketball season, and then we go to baseball season. I think fans are very excited about basketball. I just think a lot of them are still in football mode. That's going to begin to change tonight. That will begin to change tonight. I suspect when they play Baylor and Dallas on November 9th, and people have an opportunity to see them, that's when basketball season's really going to start.
877-377-6963. So we got that tonight. We got Stark Vegas tomorrow. Chuck's going to do the game tonight. He's going to travel by hot air balloon overnight to Starkville in what can only be described as an amazing journey that then he will talk about on Monday. Doing it just for the show. Raising money for nobody, doing it just for the show.
That's
so
right.
Appreciate that, and we're looking forward to a full recap on Monday.
I'm sure it'll be great.
Let's go to David and Searcy. David, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Chuck, I'd like to tell you that about a month ago, I made a request to Clay, because I think he appears to be a very interesting person, to be a member of his, I'm sure, great entourage on social media. And I was astounded at the quickness in which this gentleman accepted me. So here's what I would like for you to do, Chuck. I want you to go to your friends list and close your eyes and just put your finger on somebody if you're at the max and delete them and go ahead and add me. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing that I didn't get my call in, even though I waited 55 minutes earlier today before I had to take the kid to school.
Yeah.
Because all I wanted to ask Clay was, he forgot to say how long he cooked that brisket and at what temperature, and did it go on the top rack or the middle rack. That's why we do these things, to improve your life, to learn more. I also enjoy his articles, but that's what we do. We're trying to improve our life. And I got to admit, at one time during the show, I had to ask myself, what has this show become? Listening to NC-13 poetry or something? And I must admit, you guys owe me for cleaning this shirt. I'm wearing one of my best button-up camouflage shirts, and I spit my first chew of tobacco all over the front of this shirt because that was absolutely one of the funniest things I have ever heard in 69 years of my life.
Wow.
The way he reads it to you is like
He feels it.
a kindergarten teacher reading to a 5-year-old, which makes it even worse. But go ahead, Chuck. Just go ahead and do what I ask you to do, and I'll appreciate it.
All right.
Notorious B.I.G.
One quick thing on the game tonight. This is a totally different feel in the exhibition game with Purdue. I wanted to win. Everybody wanted to win. We got to beat these guys and show the world. Tonight, we got guys out. They got Dickinson out maybe. This is totally different feel. I just want to see Coach Cal over there on our bench wearing our shirt, coaching our players, and, man, it can't get any better than that. I mean, that's what I want to see, and I will watch it just to see that because it's important. It's important. As far as the football game, guys, I don't like to be a downer or anything, but I'm afraid we are falling into a perfect Mississippi State storm. Their performance the last couple of weeks has greatly improved, and with our number one running back out, I said earlier in the season to one of my buddies who predicted 7-5, I said, we can do it if the quarterback stays healthy and if Jackson stays healthy. And that's the only way we can go 7-5. And I'm sticking by that statement. I'm afraid we're falling into a perfect storm. Hopefully, we won't turn the ball over.
Yeah, they just got to be ready for it, David. Appreciate your call. And we're glad that Clay could make you laugh reading rap lyrics like he did. I think it's Friday at 8:18, and I think to myself, where's Bart's locks? We have not, like...
He told me they were...
Are they on ice? Are they ready?
No, they're ready.
Oh, they're under the
In
hot
fact,
lamp.
normally in the 8 o'clock hour, we focus almost strictly on gambling.
Yeah.
You know, between Bart's picks and Zach's coming up here in just a little bit from Oklahoma. I mean, we got gambling. What are we talking about?
We're going to gamble next on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I've been waiting to say this for 5 years. Sterling in Center Ridge.
This is quite the coup that they have put together. Bo and Chuck, this is a dream team.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brands, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatin' 'em Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatin'emcosmetic.com and click on the Sweatin' 'em Edge.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I don't know what on time is for you, but yeah, you got here before the show started.
Whatever. Hey, have you ever seen anyone that takes so much pride in being the first one here?
This is Northside head football coach Felix Curry. I call 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
Hi, this is Ricky Smith, head basketball coach for the Northside Lady Bears. I dial 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
Football and fall, what a great time of the year. It's also a great time to take advantage of York Factory rebates on high-efficiency HVAC products. Give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Get the best deals of the year on select New Holland tractors and hay equipment right now at WT Equipment during New Holland's year-end value bonanza. Get the biggest savings with cash back plus 0% interest, $0 down, and zero due until 2025. Don't miss your chance to harvest our best deals on New Holland's best equipment during value bonanza now at WT Equipment. Offer ends December 31st or while supplies last. For commercial use only. Subject to credit approval and CNH Industrial Capital America LLC approval. Standard terms, conditions, and restrictions apply.
Hi, this is Lindsay White with White Office Machines. For over 90 years, my family's been serving the greater Fort Smith region with the image industry's newest technologies, as well as providing superior customer service through long-term business relationships. As the area's only authorized Kyocera document solutions dealer, White Office Machines provides the best value with high-speed copiers and the latest multifunction printers. Stop by our office in downtown Fort Smith or in Russellville. Follow us on Facebook or go to whiteoffice.com.
White Office Machines since 1929.
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show. Listen anywhere at hitthatline.com or the Hit That Line Now app. And now, Chuck and Bo.
Need you to kill some time.
Do we need to? We got Sterling on the line.
Oh, yeah, do that.
Sterling in Center Ridge. Sterling, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, guys, I've been at home. You know, I don't know when this segment starts or stops. So, you know, because I be at work, I be in and out when I'm working. Then when I'm at home, you know, you speak a little late, you tell me late on the show. So I went to YouTube. So I've been going up and down the YouTube line on my TV trying to find if I missed it. Bart lost. And I was about to call in and ask, and that's when Bo talked about it at 8:18. Then I had to get in the car because my son called. I don't know if he's faking, he's being sick or what, but my day off, I'm trying to relax, and he called him about being sick. Now I got to go get him at school. But anyway, I digress. But what we said last week about we talk about locks. You cannot, the only time you can lock the money line is when you got a heavy underdog. Like you said, Kennesaw State, lock it. Money line, Kennesaw State. The other night, Now you letting them hang. You letting the big dog eat. Now, if you lock something like that, you're a bad man. But you can't go teasing and moving stuff around and call that a lock. That's the definition of being scared. I'm gonna move the line, give myself some cushion. You can't call that a lock. But this week, I don't want no moving the line because I'm scared to go this way, that way. I need a true lock that a man can get down on.
Give the man a winner, Bart. Hey, Sterling's nobody's fool either when it comes to gambling. He knows a lock and he knows what a fake lock is.
That's right. So, Bart, let me have him, big boy. Oh, yeah, and get over being jealous of LeBron. Get over.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
get over it.
get over
Everybody
it.
get
man.
over that.
Get over it.
Yeah, get over that.
Get over LeBron. What's your locks, Bart?
All right, let's go get some locks. Here
Let's
we go.
get them locked. Let's
Let
have
it
music.
rip.
Special
We
music.
got the special open in 3, 2, 1.
Bang. Yeah.
It's time for Bart's Locks, the only gambling segment on public radio guaranteed to make you money.
Oh,
He'll
my
just go
God.
until he finds one. It doesn't matter what cricket. He'll be in
Yeah.
India.
He
like
just
at
wants to bet.
Yeah, he does not.
He
it
just
doesn't
wants
even
to place a
matter.
bet.
That's right.
It sounds like it's done from a saloon in Branson.
That's awesome.
That guy's a saloon voice in Branson. It's like the Peanuts could talk. That's that voice. Bart, what do you have?
Well, I got some locks for you this
Well,
week.
let's lock them in.
Hey, look.
Did you
when are
have
these-
Kennesaw State? Did you have Kennesaw
no,
State the other night?
I did not.
When did these
Okay.
go live on social media, by the way, with your special graphics?
I'll put them out tomorrow morning, probably.
Okay, tomorrow morning.
But the video might come out this afternoon.
What video?
So, well, the segment.
Are you going to have video of this on social?
Why not?
You've taken liberties with the video. And
He's
and
in
your
love with the
own,
camera.
Like he put his own thing out again
yeah.
yesterday about The Bachelor.
It's all about building the brand, Bo.
The Bart brand. The
No,
Bart brand.
The Chuck and
No,
Bo show
no.
brand.
Chuck and Show Bart poll.
Screw the Chuck and Bo brand. It's about the Bart brand.
Chuck and
right?
Show Bart Pullman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about the Chuck and Show Bart Pullman brand.
Bart Pullman show.
All right, what are they? Come on, let's have them.
Okay, well, I teased this one the other day. We're sticking with it. You know, Iowa is a team that you have traditionally bet the under on for the past several years, and it's been profitable. However, this season, they have discovered offense, and they are 6-1 on the over this year.
Well, they fired Ferentz's kid.
That's right. That's
They
right.
finally got
you
an
missed
OC
on
in there.
you went under on them earlier this year.
Yeah, I did.
And you're going over
It did.
now.
Well,
Over now.
I'm going over on the Iowa team total. They're playing Northwestern. Northwestern is a pitiful football team this
Pitiful.
year. Iowa team total 25.5. We're going over that. Iowa will score 26 points or more in this game and win the game. But the Iowa team total over 25.5.
It's getting eccentric. Keep going.
We're going back to the New Mexico Lobos, who have been treating us very well this year. 7-point
Team Bart.
underdog.
They're treating Team Bart well.
Yeah.
That's we.
Yeah, 7-point underdogs at Colorado State. Lobos have scored 50 or more in 3 straight games. They figured some stuff out under Bronco Mendenhall. We keep rolling with the Lobos. And finally, Navy and Notre Dame, a surprise top 25 matchup at this point in the year. The total in that game, 50.5, and we're going to go over 50.5 on Notre Dame, Navy. Both Navy can really score some points. Notre Dame figuring out some offense with Riley Leonard and company there.
3 locks.
That's very well delivered. Very well delivered.
One game total, one team total, and one spread.
What's the spread?
New Mexico +7 at Colorado State.
What newspaper does New Mexico have out there? What's it? Something
Well, they're in Albuquerque.
Albuquerque Journal, something or other.
Yeah, something. I'm not sure.
Nobody's ever talked more about New Mexico in this.
I know.
Hot air balloons, man.
yeah.
Hot air balloon festival just wrapped up out there.
You got an NIL deal in New Mexico?
I don't know.
Is that part of the Bart's Locks deal we don't know about?
Just making money betting on the Lobos.
He's got one with a Branson saloon, Chuck.
The New Mexico Department of Tourism is sponsoring Bart's Locks.
So
this
now
week.
we go from the locks to the casino. We'll go right inside the sports book with Zack Gillum, Oaklawn Sports, the app you can trust. When we come back on the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Everyone remembers the Florida A&M game, and later became known here in Pulaski County as Rattlergate.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit GoPaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal Price Check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
We bring in players. They didn't grow up with a woo big chili. They don't bleed hog red. They bleed money.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously on Halftime.
The LSU game, we had a play. The play's supposed to go to George. Yeah. George is running a 20-yard out. We got to get a chunk play. There's 30 seconds left. Richard's taking the top off the coverage. I get it back. You look left. You're just trying to look off the safety, whatever. And then I look back right, and I see the cornerback jumping the rat, and I was like, oh, my. So I throw it as far as I can.
Listen to Halftime. Weekdays from 11 to 2. Only on ESPN 95.3. The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with fries, a drink, and 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Choose any 2 plus fries and a drink, all only $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Road Chevrolet in Van Buren has new, they have pre-owned, and they have service. How about tires, Grant? You got some tires?
So GM is giving us a fall tire rebate right now, which you can save up to $100 on a set of 4 select tires, which is great value for savings. On top of that, we have a fantastic selection of tires for almost all makes and models. Going into this time of year, we're going to have weather, cold, wet weather coming up, and it's a time of year to come in and have your tires inspected, and there's no better place to have it done than here at Rhodes.
Speaking of inspections, when you have your vehicle here at Rhodes, you guys offer the video service inspections.
Yeah, absolutely. High level of transparency and also great information. So when your vehicle's in for service, you're going to get a high definition video sent directly to you of our technician showing you everything that he sees, good and bad, and things that you need to know about. So that way, seeing is truly believing, and we get to show you the things that is going on with your vehicle rather than just telling you about it.
The trust you can depend on here at Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway in Van Buren, Arkansas's favorite car dealer.
Hey, is your roof leaking? Do you have hail or wind damage? Is it just looking old and worn out? If so, you need to call Hoghead Roofing, a family-owned and operated roofing company where the #1 customer is you. They will give you their honest opinion on whether your roof needs replaced or repaired. They have folks that have worked on the insurance side so they can assist with all claims. Licensed, insured, and ready to serve you. Call Hoghead Roofing today at 479-522-0840. God bless.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyers has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyers and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyers, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
AAA Business Systems is your printer, copier, and production print solutions provider. What makes AAA unique? Ricoh, Sharp, and Brother Equipment. Fast, friendly service from our office technology experts. All-inclusive service contracts, managed IT services, and 4 locations statewide. AAA Business Systems. Find us online at AAABM.com. AAA Business Systems. Anything else is just a copy.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson, and we are live at Lily's Sandwich Shop in the Bakery District. Jose, but what we got whipping up today, man?
Man, today's special, we have the French Toast Turkey Melt, kind of a special sandwich. It really didn't put us on the map, but it did put a star by our name.
Daily specials every day at the award-winning Lily's Sandwich Shop. And if you don't believe me, ask Lily.
My name is Lily. My papa makes the best sandwiches at Lily's Sandwich Shop. I'm buying them at the Bakery District today.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show. Listen anywhere at hitthatline.com or the Hit That Line Now app. And now, Chuck and Bo.
All right, it's time for Zack Gillum, the director of sports betting at Oaklawn Sports. Football season's here. You can download the Oaklawn Sports app in the Apple Store or Google Play Store. Sign up today. New customers can earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. It's simple. Once you deposit, you're automatically enrolled in the promotion. You'll receive a second chance on your first bet each of your first 10 days for up to $100. Check out all the details at Oaklawn Sports. So if you haven't done it yet, now's the time to get in with Arkansas's best sporting app. The bet with the brand you trust. It's Oaklawn Sports. Zach, great to have you on the show every Friday. Thanks for hopping on again today. Hope it's been a good week for you.
Absolutely. Been a great week. How are you guys?
Doing great. I have a really dumb question to start with. There is no line.
Those are my favorite.
There is no line on the exhibition game, Arkansas-Kansas, correct?
No, we do not have a line on that. I know I've seen some places have it, but no, the exhibition, especially with Cal coming out and saying, they have discussed somewhat of an idea of the game flow and what they're hoping to get out of both of their teams. So, I think it's something that all the fans, we can just enjoy it, and we're very close to the season, and, if there's other places to get it, go for it. But no, we will not offer the exhibition game. We're going to enjoy it as fans.
Let's start with Arkansas and Mississippi State and Starkville tomorrow, football. What is interesting to you about how this game is being bet right now?
Yeah, this one's interesting. It has got back to the touchdown. It has moved around just a bit. Obviously, we have a different running back in this week, Jackson not starting. No surprise here in Arkansas. The action has been on Arkansas. Fans are still supporting, looking to get to that, hopefully get to the bowl season this year. This one did open at 7.5, and it moved back across 6.5. So that early action, not necessarily here, but across the nation, was coming on the Mississippi State side. They have looked pretty good the last few weeks, started to put points on teams. And then as the week went on, it did kind of go back and forth, but now we are just sitting right on that 7 number, with Arkansas being the favorite. The total opened at 59.5, and it has steadily dropped. That total has just been slowly decreasing as the week's gone on. It is at 57 right now.
Interesting. Is it usually like that? Arkansas at Oaklawn, you get more on Arkansas, and in other places you're maybe getting more on the other team, like around the country, so Arkansas thinks differently than the rest of the country?
It just depends on the teams. It depends on the weeks. But, I mean, most of the time I can say that, the action at Oaklawn is going to be on the hog. So that's not unexpected. Same goes with SEC teams, especially if they're facing non-SEC teams. Not uncommon that is the team we're going to support. Those are the teams we know the best. And, for the last decade or so, you could argue that they've been the best. So no surprise that it comes in that way. There are a few other markets on the Arkansas-Mississippi State game people might be interested in. The team total for Arkansas right now at 31.5. That has not moved around too much in the last day or so. We have Arkansas to score first and win the game. That is currently at plus 112. So a little different twist on being able to take Arkansas to win, because if you just took them on the money line right now, they're minus 250. And what that means is you would have to put up $250 to profit 100. Whereas the Arkansas to score first and win, I mentioned, was plus 112. What that's telling you is if you bet 100, you're going to profit 112. So obviously a little more risky. You have to score first and win the game. So there's two things that you have to accomplish there. But a fun twist, especially if you can get that first score, you're feeling pretty good.
Zach, some big games around the league. Got a couple of big spreads. Alabama and Missouri, Vandy and Texas. Everybody's ranked, but the spreads are huge. What do you think on those games?
Yeah, that Alabama-Missouri game has been one of the most interesting line movements of the year. We opened that one Sunday at 13.5. It went to 16.5 on Wednesday when some of the injuries were reported or potentially announced, and it is all the way to 18 now. So last night it was at 16.5. It's moved another 1.5 points.
It's massive.
And this is a lot of action-induced. I mean, it's a combination. People are betting based on some of those injury reports that, it's a very big movement from go to 13.5 to 18 in a matter of a week. That's a lot of points. So this one's going to be very intriguing for the books this weekend all across the country.
When we do this segment with Zach, I can't help but think what the name of the segment should be is Inside the Sports Book with Zack Gillum, the director of sports betting at Oaklawn Sports, because we kind of get the science and the analytics behind it and sort of what's happening. And I can't help but think about top 25 rankings and how off they can be, because we've got people just voting subjectively on what they think about teams. If you really want to know what a team is or isn't, go talk to a sports book and see how they rank them from a power perspective. Is that how we get such a giant gap where the spread's open at more than 2 touchdowns for teams that are top 25 matchups? As Chuck mentioned, they're all ranked. I mean, you got 21 Missouri against 15 Alabama. The spread is huge. Number 5 Texas at number 25 Vanderbilt, who's already upset a ranked team at home this year. The spread is huge. How do we have the gap so much?
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's been very fun for me over the years as well, and that's something that first season really stood out to me, to your point. Is, I mean, you can even right now look at the future odds. That's another good example to look at. Georgia is actually your favorite, at least with Oaklawn Sports, to win the national championship at plus 300, where Oregon's actually the number 1 ranked team in the poll. So it's something that, to your point, I put more stock in the future odds than I do those polls necessarily. But keep in mind, sometimes in the futures, those markets, some of the teams that are near the top, even if they start to perform poorly, they're not going to drop too far unless they're truly out of it, just because there's so much risk or liability on that team. So I wouldn't be shocked to see Georgia, Ohio State, Texas, those teams stay up near the top unless they just have multiple losses, even if we don't feel like they are necessarily the best team. But yeah, no, it's very. I mean, another one is the Oregon game this week. Oregon and Illinois. Oregon's a 22-point favorite. So that and Illinois is a top 25 team. I think they're ranked 24 or 22.
Yeah, 20th.
So yeah, it is very interesting. And then the LSU Texas A&M game, that's been a very popular one. It's probably the second most action on the book right now for college football. And that's another line that has moved drastically. Opened at 3.5, dropped to 2.5 on Monday, went back to 3 for a day or so, but now it is all the way to a pick 'em. So LSU, Texas A&M, it is just pick who you want to win. There is not a current spread on the board, or it's listed at 0 if you would like to bet the spread, but money lines are the same. So that one has just come straight up to who you think is going to win the game.
That's the game of the weekend for me. And
That's
I think
the best game of the
a lot of
yeah,
people.
I
But,
think so too.
Every weekend, I don't know if you have this moment, but it's like Sunday comes around and you're like, man, I don't know crap. All the things that you don't expect happen. So now we're expecting the unexpected. But I think America bets based on bias. There's a great feeling about Navy. So you see the Notre Dame favorite line come down a little closer to Navy because you think, oh, Notre Dame's just, they're Notre Dame. They're good, but they're not that good. I mean, am I right? We all just have this bias, and very few people are betting like a Bart would, where he spends every waking hour trying to break it down, and he has locks, but he loses too.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a combination out there, or, mixed. I'm not going to say there's any one better. You got people that, are betting more with their heart, backing their team, regardless whether they think it's going to happen or not. Some of my favorites are people that will come in, they'll bet against Arkansas, and they'll say, well, if Arkansas wins, I win because that's my team. If Arkansas loses or doesn't cover, I win because I won money. So
yeah, that's the psychology.
They cover themselves either way they go.
That's nobody getting wealthy on that, but it makes you feel better. By the way, I want to clarify, Bart does have a winning record. What are you, 11 and
15 and 5?
15 and 5. That's pretty good, isn't it, Zach? 15 and 5.
That is That is very impressive. That is, you better watch out. Somebody might steal him from you. He's going to start selling tout service over there.
Yeah. He's gonna. He's working hard. He's got his own graphic on Twitter now.
Music and everything.
Yeah,
fancy intro.
Yeah, 15-5. You need that. That is very impressive.
Well, he's earned it. He's earned it. Yeah.
In fact, I might have to start getting some inside access to that so I can make sure our lines are in order.
Hey,
we'll work on that.
Let me ask you a simpleton question before you go. When you have a crazy season like you're having in college football right now, who's winning, generally speaking, the books or the bettors? I mean, when you have a crazy year like you've had this season so far.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the NFL, to me, it's kind of toned down or gotten a little bit more back to the normal as expected the last few weeks. But the first couple weeks of the NFL was so difficult. If you were predicting that right, hats off to you. You know, if you need a job, I can probably find you something here at the book. But the college, you know, and really all of it, guys. You know, what we talk about the juice when we set it up minus 110 on either side. So what that would mean if we had a perfectly balanced book, which is very rare, just so we're clear, that does not happen very often. But when it does happen, it is nice because we're not sweating. And the reason for that is the minus 110 on either side is basically ensuring us a 4.5% hold if we had balanced action. So with that in mind, if we had perfectly balanced action, in theory, we could never lose because we do have just a little bit of a hold there, basically to cover our overhead to be able to have the operation up and going.
There you go.
That said, as I mentioned, very rarely are you going to have a balanced book, Chuck. So, I mean, oftentimes you're going to have those heavy. I mean, Arkansas this year is actually, you know, the bettors have done good against Arkansas or with Arkansas this year. They're 5-2 against the spread. So that means they've won 5 weeks that they've bet the Razorbacks.
Yeah.
One more.
That's interesting.
Real quick. What is the going rate on points you get for playing at home? Is it 3? Is it 3.5? Is it like so? So if everything's even, do you give one team an edge because they're playing at home? What's that? What would that number be?
I think that's going to vary depending on sport, depending on league. So college football, NFL is different. I know back in the day, before I was really into the sports betting aspect of it, just watching NFL, there was definitely more of a favoritism given towards some of those home teams. Nowadays, I don't know that it's necessarily because of the fan bases, no offense, but in the NFL, I think it's more about the travel and the, getting out of your regular routine more than having to go into an opposing fan stadium. In college football, that's different. I definitely think those home fields, the fans play a factor in that. An exact point number I couldn't give you, but it definitely factors in there. And it's just going to depend on who that team is, what the rivalries are. But it's a factor, especially not just those fan bases, but the travel time, getting people out of their routine. It changes things.
Zack Gillum, Director of Sports Wagering and Sports Betting at Oaklawn Sports. Thanks so much for making time for us, man.
Thank you, Zach.
Do it again next Friday.
Absolutely. Y'all have a great weekend.
You too, Zach. Thanks again. And by the way, football season, if you haven't jumped in on the app yet, you still have the opportunity to download the Oaklawn Sports app in the Apple Store or Google Play Store. New customers earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets.
I'm worried they're going to steal Bart. I am. He's 15-5.
Bart's,
have to worry about
Bart's already been stolen. It's called gambling took Bart from us.
I got you.
We still get some of him, but it's just a matter
Clearly
of
his
time
heart.
until we lose
His heart's at the sports book.
all of him.
Yeah.
It's 8:48. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. It's Friday. We're excited. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I think that allowing him to call in occasionally is a healthy reminder of why you don't like Texas. You know, for me, when it comes to finding the perfect diamond, there's just one name that stands above the rest in Northwest Arkansas. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. As the region's premier experts for diamonds, Blakeman's offers an unparalleled selection of brilliant stones, hand-picked for their quality and beauty. And they don't just help you find the perfect stone, they educate you every step of the way. So whether it's a proposal, celebrating an anniversary, or maybe just treating yourself, Blakeman's is where your search ends and your story begins.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
What's your Oaklawn? Is it hitting the slots for fun and high fives? Or having a round at Silk's Bar and Grill before the action? Play your way at Oaklawn's 24/7 non-smoking casino. With 1,500 slot machines, live roulette, craps, and blackjack, a sports book where you can watch and wager on your favorite games and live entertainment at Pop's Lounge, you'll never run out of fun. It's time for more winning and more excitement at Oaklawn. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Hey, Razorback fans, it's Quinn Grovey alongside my man, Matt Zimmer.
And it's a great time to be a Razorback.
Embrace the ho! Whether it's a touchdown, a slam dunk, or a grand slam.
Big Sully, they were doing all the stuff. I went in there to get something to eat, and they're cheering. I'm like, what is going on here?
We're here with the excitement and insight you crave.
Well, you're giving me goosebumps now, you know.
It's the Razorback Daily from the team at Sport and Store.
That might be our best episode ever.
Available wherever you listen to your podcast each morning.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Best brands, best people, best inventory, best place. You want selection? You'll find it at the Auto Park. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. We're talking 4 of the best brands on the planet. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Plus, certified pre-owned Toyotas, Hondas, Acuras, and Chevys. Why settle for anything less than the best? Best brands, best people, best inventory, best place. Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show. Check us out online at FayettevilleAutoPark.com. That's FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
Just thinking, what is a Pirate's favorite college football team?
Say it, Bart.
Arkansas.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas is special. Our people are honest and hardworking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is pure Arkansas. We were raised here, we live here, and we're straight shooters. Unfortunately, out-of-state lawyers who care nothing about Arkansas are advertising for your legal business. They don't understand that you don't hand Arkansans a pile of cow dung and try to tell us it's a rose. Don't be just a number. Call the Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
It's Ty Richardson live at Rainwater's Men's Clothing and Tuxedo Rental. I'm here with my friend Gail Rainwater. One of the many things you guys offer is tuxedo rental.
Yes, we do a great business of renting for weddings and proms. What sets us apart from most other places that rent clothing, you get to try it on. You come in, we measure, you try it on immediately. And the reason for that is we carry everything in stock. You get to check the fit immediately. Rainwater's Men's Clothing and Tuxedo Rental, where it's fun to look good.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Good morning, Chuck and Bo. Love you, Chuck. Been listening to you dang near all my life calling games. I'm certainly excited about y'all's new show. I've listened every morning.
Man, it's been a hell of a week. I'm just going to tell you, it's been a hell of a week.
Nobody can say it like you can.
I know. Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Damn right.
All right, let's see who can cuss the most.
Sorry, kids aren't
now
out. They're off school today. At least mine are.
Yeah.
What do we have from the week?
What a week it was here on the Chuck and Bo Show.
There's no point during the day when a Texas fan's going to be fun. There's just no point in the day.
The mail in my mailbox. They're eating my mailbox. The mail is eating my mailbox.
Because I did a cash deal outside a World Series game one time, and I felt like we were like, I felt like a crack deal. I was looking around. I was wondering if I was going to get shot. I mean, I really was.
Well, if he was standing in front of me, I'd have hit him in the crotch with the ball.
I've been out on the town in Starkville more times than you, pal.
Chuck, I got to give it to you. You're an inspiration to me.
I don't know about you, but I just feel like everything's changed. After LeBron and Bronny played together last night.
We're running out of time for the fall foliage.
The fall what?
The dogs and the hogs. And I hate them both. I eat them. I'll eat the hogs.
It's October 23rd. You know what tomorrow is?
No.
October 24th.
The OG of department store music.
I didn't know what a Karen was until like 6-8 months ago.
I know it sucked. I was there.
How's that caffeine ball treat?
It's just killing me, man. I'm all over the place. I'm going to stay in here after you guys are gone and just scream at the walls.
Why are we going to Indianapolis, Bart? Why are you going?
Well, I'm going, Bo, to see the Taylor Swift concert.
There you go.
We get paid for this.
Right.
It's unbelievable. That was very well done.
The Gremlin DJ started playing music over the other music mix. Wasn't a perfect mix, but we'll try again next week.
Just gives us something to work on.
It has been a great week, and it's going to be a great weekend. If you're a Hawk fan, it's a great weekend. Basketball tonight, football tomorrow, high school games everywhere. Enjoy it. Chuck and Bo Show.
You know, there's a sense of pride when it comes to things built in our state, and you can add Flyway Brewing to the list. A craft brewery with roots in North Little Rock.